Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror. As always, I'm Subject. I have Robert, Stranger Person, Wild, and Noah in the bathroom from Saw. I don't know.
God. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we never see on camera is his leg in that chain.
Yeah.
That also explains the guy lying on the floor over there.
I love the
I'm
idea
not
of you
gonna pay
just
into
like
that.
sitting there, like, what is that guy doing? Oh.
What's he doing down there?
Oh.
Oh,
Well, it's that time of year again. We've watched a bunch of horror movies, some of us more than others. We're gonna talk about them, and then after that, we have a special. Okay. So here's how we're gonna format it. We're gonna do our honorable mentions, movies that we watch, but they don't, really make either list, but we want to, highlight them. And then we're gonna do our worst because we're waiting for Hayden to do our best, and then maybe we'll talk about just a couple of movies that we're excited for this upcoming year. And then we'll talk about the state of the channel in 2026 because there will be some changes coming. And then we'll call it a night. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we're not going to put a clock, like a timer on the thing or anything. We'll just have a conversation.
Mhm.
How are you guys feeling about 2025 in the horror genre?
Overall, I feel really good about it. Saw a lot of good movies this year. I don't know if this year was as strong as a couple previous years this decade, but overall, I was very satisfied. Saw a lot of movies I really liked. I still think overall the 2020s have been a pretty stellar decade for this genre specifically, even if they're all not great. Um, but I saw a lot of good ones that I was very satisfied. I think Noah and I had some similar back and forth, like for the first half of this year, of a lot of movies I liked, but not a lot of movies I loved. And when the
right.
year is all said and done, like I saw a few movies I loved. Like I'm pretty satisfied with the year overall. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, the 2020s feel kind of like a swing upward from the 2010s bullshit.
I still think so.
Yeah, I think the genre overall is in a much better place than it was in. But I'd say maybe like 2024 was a stronger year overall, but this had some pretty. It was still pretty consistent, but there wasn't like a standout movie that really stood above the rest for me this year.
Austin is in the chat and says he feels like this year was a slow start but evened out overall. I could see that. So I figure what we'll do is we'll just throw out the movies that don't make either of our lists, and then we'll say if it's like an honorable mention or dishonorable mention, and then we can talk about it if anybody else has seen it. Robert, would you like to start?
Okay, so I'm just throwing out one honorable mention.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So, well, it's actually going to be a joint one because these movies are tied together. I'm just going to mention these at the same time: Predator, Killer of Killers, and Predator, Badlands. Predator, Badlands, especially, which I loved. Killer Killers, I thought was just okay. Badlands doesn't make my top five, and also I feel like more than any of my other honorable mentions, I would absolutely not consider a horror movie. I don't know if I'll get any pushback for that, but it is a sci-fi action adventure movie, and it's great. I loved it, but so little to no horror that I didn't count it for my
Yeah.
list. It's okay if you guys disagree.
I
I
haven't
saw a
seen
lot
it,
of comparison. Oh, you still haven't seen Badlands yet? I thought you
Also,
had by now.
sorry, I forgot to say this at the up front. There will be spoilers.
Sure.
There will
Yeah.
be
Be warned.
spoilers for most of the movies we talked about, but yeah, I forgot that Badlands still wasn't on VOD yet, so John still
Yeah,
hasn't seen it.
it was supposed to
Yeah.
come out, and then I guess they delayed it or something.
Weird,
Okay.
but because I see a lot of movies like T2 and Aliens brought up in conversation around this movie of sequels that are more action movies, but those movies I would say count more as horror than this does. Aliens especially, where yes, it's an action movie, but like there's still suspense and horror baked into it. Like it's still a monster movie, and
Yeah,
Aliens
like
is a straight up horror
absolutely.
action horror.
I'd
Terminator
call it
2
that.
is more sci-fi horror, which it sounds like is what this is. Um,
But I'd say this is even
The
more of just an adventure Star Wars esque
okay.
fun movie.
I,
Like
I,
there's
I would I would say that this is the least horror-y Predator movie,
yeah.
which is not a bad thing at all. But
No, that's not a criticism.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
interesting.
why it didn't. And that's why it also that's one of my honorable mentions too. Um, if I did count it, it would be on my list, but it's an honorable mention because I see it more as horror adjacent than straight up horror.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I were just to rank every movie I saw in 2025 of every genre, it's probably in my top 10 at least,
Mhm.
for sure. I
Oh yeah,
really
overall it'd be in my top 10. And I also have Killer of Killers on there too, which we talked about in a review. Um, I I think I liked it a little bit more than John did from memory. I have some uh, problems with the ending, but I'm in
Okay.
more of a wait and see kind of mindset with that to see how that goes. But um, the individual shorts I thought were really interesting and well done.
Yeah, I felt about the same way. And without spoiling anything from Badlands, I will say that movie in no way affects my opinion on Killer of Killers for good or ill. They are completely separate things, which for
Yeah.
me was a
Yeah,
good thing.
I
right.
with Killer of Killers, because that one I can speak on. That one I think the first two stories are incredible, and then it loses me after that. And then I really dislike that like George Lucas special edition bullshit that they pulled.
I didn't like that they did that, but I'm still,
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
No, are you just going to mention Predator or Badlands as yours, or do you have a different
Well,
one?
well, I had both of I had those together like Robert did, but I can throw out another one if you want, or we can go back to him,
Uh,
or you can go.
yeah. Gee,
I
thanks.
don't know.
No.
I,
Go ahead. Go ahead and say just a different one.
Okay, so I will mention my one dishonorable mention,
My God.
because I didn't see a lot of bad movies this year, and I'll just say right now when we do our worst list, the bottom two, as in like the like my number 5 and 4 are more okay than straight up bad, but for dishonorable mention, I will throw out Jurassic World Rebirth. Again, more of a horror adjacent kind of pick, which is why it's not on either list. But yeah, I felt like it was better than most of the Jurassic World movies, but obviously not as good as the original Jurassic Park. It's more of a Jurassic Park sequel, like on the level of the Lost World, or I don't
Don't
I
compare this
think
to the Lost World, you fraud.
I think it's on the same. For me, it's on the same level as the Lost World. 3, I have to watch 3 again, but that's probably my favorite Jurassic Park sequel. But it's like that kind of mode rather than it's a big departure from what they were doing with the other world movies.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, overall, it's just kind of a more forgettable experience. I went to see it in theater. It was okay. That's it.
Yeah, it just that one's. There's a lot of stuff that I think could have been cool, but it's so watered down and sanitized and just playing it safe. None of the characters were that interesting except for what's his name, Marshall Ali or
Mahershala Ali.
yeah,
He's great.
yeah. I don't know. It was another attempt at making a Jurassic World movie.
Better
Yep.
than the first two attempts, I'd say. I have the
Yes,
controversial
but
opinion that the third Jurassic World movie is so bad it's good, so that's my favorite. But
yeah, that might be my favorite after that last watch that we had. All right. So I'm going to complete the trifecta of honorable mentions that are more action than horror, with a dishonorable mention of Megan 2.0. This
Oh
would
my
make
God.
my top 5 worst if it was more for horror, but it's a Terminator 2 situation where it's, action. It's just it's preachy, it's dumb. The whole movie is an anti-AI message, but the protagonist is an AI robot.
yeah,
I don't know.
very, very counterintuitive.
I thought maybe leaning into the schlock in action because I didn't like the first one, but I thought maybe this one would be at least entertaining. But even the action's bad. Um, I'm checked out after this one. This will be the last Megan movie that I watch.
Yeah, you think they'll even make more? I think
I don't know
2.0
actually.
bombed.
I think it did. I no, I it didn't bomb. Jason Blum just expected it to do Superman numbers for some
Which is
reason.
really funny.
I mean, it did give us the greatest headline of all time, where he's like, "We really thought Megan was our Superman."
Yep. He said that.
I
For the
somehow didn't know he said that, or I forgot.
Okay, so I'm wrong. It did flop. Wow. So this had a budget of anywhere from 15 to 25 million, and it didn't even make a full 40 million at the box office.
Blumhouse
Austin, how
had
dare
a
you insult
very rough
Blumhouse's
run here.
Superman? I'm sorry.
Yeah, when are we getting Megan versus Superman?
Never.
One day.
Because Megan might be dead at the box office. Robert, what is your next one?
My next honorable mention is Heart Eyes. I enjoyed this movie. I don't know if it'll make either of your guys' best or worst lists, but I enjoyed the satire of rom-coms. It was for me a fun slasher movie, even if we didn't get a lot of great slashers this year. I had a good time with this one. Just quick honorable mention. Doesn't make my top 5, but I liked it. I had a fun time with it.
I like it in theory, but I found it really irritating. There's a couple really cool kills, especially that opening. That opening is fantastic.
Yes.
And I just
It
don't
is.
think the rest of the movie lives up to that opening. But
Yeah.
I didn't hate it
will
enough
say-
to put it like at the bottom. It's just it was all right.
Okay. And apparently I missed the best slasher of the year, which was Clown in a Cornfield, I think. I'm just throwing that out as a movie I didn't see, so don't expect that on any of my lists anywhere, but I've heard it's fun and I need it. That is one I missed that I need to check out. But yeah, overall I'd say not a great year for slashers, but I enjoyed Hard Eyes.
I didn't get to see it, so got no opinion on that.
Oh. Well,
Oh.
what is your next one, Noah?
I'll throw it out right now just because Robert just mentioned it, but Clown in a Cornfield is one of my honorable mentions.
That movie's so good.
It was pretty fun. Yeah, it's a pretty solid horror comedy from the people that made Tucker and Dale, which I still haven't seen. But it was it didn't wow me or anything. It just kind of like hit all the beats that it needed to hit, and there's a certain point. I will say, like, there's a certain point where something is revealed where the ending kind of was very predictable for me. Like, where there was one piece of information that was revealed in the middle of the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, so I know what's going to happen. And I was kind of able to track it from there. But it was all right.
Austin says that Clown in a Cornfield is good, even though the villain just leaving the movie is really bizarre. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that, but like the one guy that's like behind it all just disappears, and they never mention it.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, if you watch that movie, he just leaves.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
But I thought that movie was a really interesting kind of commentary on tradition versus the new. And yet, you know, the older generation versus this younger generation, and how being stuck in your ways can be really bad. And it's just it's funny. Like, there's some legitimately funny moments in that movie.
There's some good moments.
When I found out that that's from the Tucker and Dale guy, that made complete sense, because that movie's hysterical.
Yeah, I still gotta check that out.
I almost didn't watch. I think this movie has a terrible name. I almost didn't watch it because when I first heard about it, I thought it was like a Tubi movie.
Yeah, even the poster looks like a Tubi movie.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why is everybody talking about this? This is like a million of these come out a year. Apparently, it's based on a book.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh really? Huh.
So let me look.
Because I saw the trailer for this. It might have been in front of Terrifier 3, or I don't know if it was that early actually, but I remember thinking, oh, so this just is like a killer clown movie because those are popular now, but it's a little bit more than that.
So, to be fair to them, I guess that is also the title of the book, but it is based on a 2020 novel by Adam Caesar.
Yeah, still, they could have changed it for the movie.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had. I just that title screams like this was made for like $1 and it's not gonna have anything good in it. But I think the writing is quite good. The performances are all solid. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
there's
Austin's
some.
right. It's a series of books, so the villain is supposed to come back, but in the movie he just kind of leaves.
We'll have to wait for the sequel.
I hope
They're
it
gonna
gets
adapt the whole
one.
series.
Well, because this movie was made for $1 million and it made 13 million. So I mean, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if we get a
Maybe.
sequel.
Yeah,
I was gonna
I
say
mean,
that as an
okay.
honorable mention, but
Okay.
I'll move to something else. Unless you have anything else you want to say, Noah.
No, I'm all set on that.
So I will go with the monkey.
Yes, the monkey.
I
was
don't
one
think
of
this
mine as
is I don't think this is a perfect movie, but I think it's probably my second favorite Oz Perkins movie at this point. I love the Final Destination setup. Um, I liked the siblings and like their rivalry. I didn't need the whole plot line with the main character and his son. I didn't think any of that worked. Um, but when it's actually about the monkey, I think it's a solid just little horror film.
I'm
That
mostly with you on that. Yeah, like I think the stuff with the son, like I want to be invested in all of that, and I can see a version of that movie where that's more like that works together with the other stuff it's doing. But I mostly enjoy just the dumb, like elaborate deaths.
Well, it feels like that stuff is from a different movie. Like the stuff with him and his son is from this like heartfelt drama, but or at least trying to be. And then all the
Yeah,
stuff with like the monkey and the siblings is from this like really dark and dry sense of humor horror film. And I don't think the two mesh.
all of the stuff with the son feels the most Stephen King, and I haven't read the original story, so I don't know if that's a part of it.
I haven't either.
Um, but everything else feels like dark, fucked up horror comedy, which is what I'm more vibing with. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
that
that's
that that is
that was one
another
of mine.
movie I didn't get around to watching.
Oh,
So maybe this week
you
I'll
gotta
get around
watch
to
the
it because
monkey.
I've heard it's fun. I do need
The
to watch the
monkey.
monkey, and I will say before we get to our actual lists, like I did see enough this year that I could have comfortably made a top 10.
Hmm.
Which is why I have so many honorable mentions. But yeah, the
Yeah,
monkey is one
I'm
I
gonna
thought
have a
was
few. We'll go through as many as we want, and when we're ready, we can move on. Um, Robert, it is your turn.
yeah. Okay, so my next honorable mention gonna be a quick one. Shelby Oaks. I liked it. I
That's
like
one of mine
this.
as well.
I like the setup. I like the story. I found it creepy. It's got a dark ending. I had third act issues with it, but I did like the ending. Uh, it's not an upbeat ending, but that worked for me. I just like some of the creepy atmosphere and subject matter. Just totally clicked for me, and I don't have a whole lot else to say about it other than I liked it. I enjoyed it. Honorable mention.
I'll pretty much say exactly what you just said. I thought it was good. I thought it was well made. I think it's a good first effort from Chris Stuckman. I hope his next movie has a more engaging script because the it, the story as is was just okay. But I can tell it was made by someone who is very passionate about multiple genres of horror because it does blend a lot, and obviously someone who just loves film and has an eye for filmmaking and yeah. So
That movie is on one of my lists. I will not say which one yet.
okay.
One last positive I'll throw at it is I thought the cinematography was great, and it has better lighting than some other movies that we will discuss
Yep.
later. So that's a
Oh
big
yeah.
positive I'll give it.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Uh,
I think it's my turn.
it is.
All right. So we just talked about the monkey, so I will mention kind of the better version of the monkey, which is Final Destination Bloodlines. I thought that this basically was the monkey, but the movie was better, like the actual story was better. But it scratched that same itch of really elaborate death scenes and having that same kind of irreverent uh, comedic tone to it. For criticisms though, there's a bit more like distractingly bad CGI, which I don't have as much with the monkey. So I think I like that aspect more in the monkey than in Final Destination. But I mean, it's a Final Destination movie, and that's where the monkey was clearly getting influence from. So you gotta give it to the original series there. But yeah, we have a commentary on it. I really enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite of the franchise.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just really solid.
Yeah, because we made you watch all of them this year.
Yeah, and it's a pretty interesting franchise. I think they all have cool things in them.
Except
Some
4.
are way better than others. No. Like 4 is great though, because that's one of my. I think that's one of my favorites. So bad it's good horror movies.
It's fun.
It's great.
Yeah. Only thing I'll say on the visual effects is I think there was a lot of subpar like green screen and CGI in that movie, but it's not as bad as some previous entries in that franchise, particularly
definitely
4,
not 4,
which has the worst CGI in the series. So it kind of evens out for me. That's all I'll say on the visual effects.
Yeah, that is another one that is on one of my lists. I'll let you guys figure out which one. So I'm gonna, if you don't mind me going ahead and saying my next one, I'm gonna stay on the Oz Perkins list, and this one is gonna be a dishonorable mention. Keeper.
Ooh.
I did not like this movie. I thought it was really boring. But I've also,
Wow.
I think, come to realize like folk horror, because that is a very folk-based horror film, just isn't my thing. But then again, this is getting mixed reviews, so maybe I'm not alone on this.
This one seemed really divisive. A lot of people did not like this movie. I've not seen it, so I can't weigh in on it. But you're definitely not like in the minority on this one. This seems one of his more divisive works.
But that's all I got to say
Yeah.
about that. It's just, I was bored.
Seems like a movie I would like, just based on that description and the fact that
Oh.
I've liked his movies since Long Legs. Which
Man,
I
John
think
found
all of
this
them
boring.
have
It's probably peak Noah 2025.
been- I mean, yeah, we do have very different tastes.
That's fine.
All I'll ask you on that, John, is do you think for you we've hit a point with Oz Perkins where it's like, oh, maybe slow down, maybe you're making too many movies in a row?
Because, so I will say, I like him as a director, but let's see. So this year and last year he released 3 movies. I liked one of them.
Well, I loved Long Legs.
And that one I want to give another chance. I think I've talked about this before, but his movie The Black Coat's Daughter from a few years ago, I hated it the first time I watched it, but then the second time it just like clicked with me. So I need to give Long Legs another shot, because that might be that same situation. But yeah, I don't know. I think he needs to slow down, and I think he needs to experiment a little bit more, because he's got this very set style where, and I'm so tired of these like slow burns for a mildly over the top third act, or if even that. But
Fair enough.
yeah, we'll
Earlier
see.
when we were talking, oh, sorry, you go on.
Last thing I'll say, and then no, you go ahead, is I think he is the perfect pick for Gretel and Hansel, which I guess is his next movie. And I do want to say it's like
Didn't he already make that?
Oh wait, sorry. It didn't list the year, so I thought that was his next movie. Then I would like to see that, because that sounds like. But
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
it's really windy outside, so if I lose power, don't go anywhere.
Oh shit. Okay. But when we were talking about the monkey, you said it was your second favorite, or it might be your second favorite Oz Perkins movie, and I was like, is Keeper his favorite? That's crazy.
No, The Black Coat's Daughter is probably my favorite.
I forgot about that one. I still have to see that.
It's good.
But yeah.
Robert.
Okay, so I'll say I have 3 more honorable mentions left, and these are like all strong runners up for my top 5. But first one I'm going to mention is Companion. I thought Companion was a really
Yeah.
fun, twisted rom-com, another twisted rom-com horror movie, but with another AI protagonist. But again, I haven't seen the Megan films, so I can't compare it to that. But it seems like this movie had more focus and a clear vision and what it's about and going for. And everyone's great in this movie. It's Sophie Thatcher, I think,
Yes.
and Jack Quaid as the leads, and they're both fantastic in it.
I came this
Real
close to
shame that this
making
had
my
a
list.
trailer that. Real shame that this had a trailer that gave the whole movie away, but I still had a good time with it.
I came this close to making my
Yeah.
best of the year list.
Yeah, I wondered if this was going to be like a across the board honorable mention.
That's a solid honorable mention for me. I really enjoyed it. I appreciated a lot of the stuff you appreciated about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. I wasn't like in love with it. And I think a big part of that might have been how it was marketed. I wish I didn't see that second trailer, but you know, good. I can't blame the movie itself for that too much.
Yeah. Ugh. Just stop watching trailers.
You're right. Usually I
Maybe.
avoid them. But
Yeah.
sometimes you can't.
Noah, do you have any
Uh,
left?
So I have 4 left.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'll talk about this one because I was surprised it didn't even make it into my top 5. But Frankenstein, which we have a review of, I think it's a pretty solid adaptation of Frankenstein, one of my favorite horror stories of all time. There's things I really like about it. There's changes that I think work. There's changes that I think don't quite work. We have a review of it. You can go watch that. But yeah, I thought it was good, but not quite good enough to crack the top 5.
I figured that might be on your list, so I didn't put it on mine. But if I had, it would
Okay.
be an honorable mention. It's good. We talked about this in the review. I still think I would go back to like the Universal one or the 90s one before I did this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've never really, like, at least for the main Frankenstein story, we've had pretty solid adaptations of that consistently, I'd say.
Yeah, and that was one of my other honorable mentions, so could check that off. Because yeah, I probably enjoyed it the most of us here. I loved the aesthetic and the tone and the performances across the board. I liked Oscar Isaac a lot. I liked Jacob Elordi especially as the creature. So
He's
there's a
fantastic.
lot of stuff here. There's some iffy green screen in a few spots, but most of the movie looks fantastic. I love the sets and art direction, and like Noah said, we have a whole review on it to
Yeah.
see more of our in-depth thoughts. But yes, another honorable mention for me that didn't quite make my top 5, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
So this is an honorable mention, and I'm gonna be honest. It hurts me to put this in the honorable mentions. Weapons.
Ooh.
I thought this was a great 2/3 of a movie, and then I think the third act really hurts this movie for me.
Wow. I mean, valid. That's on one of my lists.
So
Let's see what
if it's on one of your lists, I won't say too much, but I do want to say that the image of BD Wong running at Josh Brolin and Silver Surfer
Surfer.
lady
Yeah.
is terrifying. And then the movie loses me when it takes like 20 minutes to explain to me what I've been watching for the last hour and a half, 2 hours. And I was just
Yeah.
like, but I already know this. I'm waiting for you to move along. Which is why it got knocked out of my top list. But there's a lot of good in that first 2 acts. And I can't wait for his Resident Evil movie. And we have Kyle in the chat that says Weapons movied real hard. It did. It was one of the movies of all time.
It is, in fact, a movie.
A lot of moving in that picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Robert.
Okay, so my I guess my final honorable mention, and this one is probably gonna be my biggest hot take of the night, that this did not make my top 5. So this one comes the closest to it. But my final honorable mention is gonna be Bring Her Back. One of the creepiest, most fucked up
Whoa!
movies of the year.
Wow.
I did not see that
That's
coming.
wow. Okay.
uh, it's very good. I can't say I enjoyed it, but that's a compliment to the movie. If you want to watch a weird, fucked up, disturbing movie, this is a good one for you. I will say of these filmmakers' movies, this and Talk to Me, I definitely prefer Talk to Me. In this case, I like that film a lot more. With Bring Her Back, it's very miserable. Very well
Yeah.
acted. What's her name? Sally Hawkins. Do I got that right?
Yes.
As
Yes.
the antagonist, she's fantastic. And the kids in this movie are great performances across the board. I noticed a few interesting similar or coincidentally some similarities between this and Weapons, which we can get more into later.
Okay.
But I thought this was a very good movie. It's very fucked up. It achieves what it's going for. My biggest actual critique of the movie, and feel free to disagree with me on this if you guys just had a different experience with it, it's when you get to the climax of the movie, and I felt like the movie wanted me to sympathize with the antagonist more than I do, and all of that fell flat for me. That's my
Yeah,
biggest
I can see
actual
that.
critique of the movie. But if anyone else had a
Okay.
different experience, or and again, maybe that's not what the filmmakers were going for. That could just be a me thing. But I'd say that's like the big thing that kept me from loving this movie. And
Well,
then I can say on an emotional level, Talk to Me just did more for me. But still, it's very good.
it is the world's weirdest remake of Pet Cemetery.
That
Oh,
is
I
on.
definitely thought of Pet Cemetery watching this.
No, there's a
We
lot
will-
of Pet Cemetery in there.
Yeah. We will go back to that movie because it is on one of my lists.
I can imagine. You know, John, we always say give it to Flanagan. In this case, give these guys Pet Cemetery. They'd be a good choice for it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Or any Stephen King.
If we're gonna. But we need to remake Pet Cemetery again.
we really do.
How many Pet Cemetery movies do we need, though?
Well, we
Um,
haven't done it right yet. Well,
But why?
I
I
like
haven't
the
actually
original.
seen them. I can't comment on them.
I
but
like the
sometimes
original.
That is better.
Oh, I mean, I like the original, but that is a movie that could use a remake. Okay, I have two, maybe three more.
I
So
have
I'm
3 more.
okay. I'll say all three. You guys are gonna make fun of me for this. I'm putting it on the dishonorable mention because it's a short film, but it is the Sweet Revenge Jason film that we
Oh.
talked about earlier. Part of that
John's
is
still better.
on me. I wanted just a Jason short film about him going around killing people, and that's not what I got. Like, there's no deep analysis on why it's bad or anything. I was disappointed.
That's fair.
Yeah. What are your other 2?
Oh, do you want me to just run through them?
Yeah. If
Okay.
you can run through yours and then I'll do mine.
So my other dishonorable mention is I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not the 1999 movie or whatever year that came out, but the 2025 film, which is a 5 year later ripoff of Scream from 2020. Is
Yep.
it? This movie was
Or-
embarrassing. Is
yeah,
Scream
whenever.
Scream 5 is 2020, right?
I think
2022.
maybe
Oh,
2022.
God, is it 20? Okay. No, you're right, because they're really late on that.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, the I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel, which is a remake, which is a ripoff of the Scream requel. This movie is embarrassing, and the only reason it didn't make my bottom 5 is there's other movies that irritated me more. I have no investment in this as a franchise. The entire franchise sucks. Except for the second one. That movie's so dumb that it's good. No, that's the one I want to show you is the second one.
I know about one thing.
It's
in
awesome.
That movie, and I refuse to believe it exists.
That's why we have to watch it.
You must.
I can't speak from the perspective of a fan of this franchise because I'm not. But I feel like if I was, I'd be insulted by the twist at the end of this movie.
No,
That's
did
not-
you watch this?
No, I haven't seen any.
So-
I Know What You Did Last Summer. So,
we said full spoilers, but I will ask. Do you want me to just tell you?
all right, you already told me. I already know.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So
go
for
ahead.
anyone who doesn't know, like we said, spoilers. Freddie Prinze Jr. is the killer
Mhm.
because he's mad that people have moved on 30 years later, or however long. And I'm like, I feel like if I was a fan of this franchise, I'd be pissed.
Because that's just kind of like making Dewey the killer in Scream,
Yeah.
Yes.
or Sydney, or so.
We managed to shoehorn in a Sarah Michelle Gellar cameo. Madeline Klein's character has a dream of a person she's never met.
Cool.
It's awesome. The kills. None of these movies have great kills. None of them are clever. The first movie has like I think a cool premise, but it's trying too hard to be Scream. That's a movie you could
Right.
remake, and I've heard good things about that show, but it got canceled, so I just didn't bother. Yeah, can we stop? Or if you're gonna do, oh, and then the most baffling thing is the post-credit scene. So no, they do a post-credit scene to set up a second movie or a fifth movie.
Second, because it's a legacy
Yeah.
sequel. Or...
But the post-credit scene relies on you having seen the second movie that what nobody likes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They really put all their eggs in the I Know What You Did.
Yes,
Last
they
Summer
did.
basket.
Yeah.
That was
So
I have one. Oh, was there something you want to say about I Know What You Did Last Summer, or if not, I'm gonna okay.
we're good.
Last one I'm gonna say, and as an honorable mention, is Together. I think it was a really cool premise. I thought the performances were solid. The mythology in this movie is dumb and kind of boring, and it gets too lost in all of it. And the actual body horror is too CGI. Like, you're telling me that a movie about two people being forced to merge has no blood in it? It
That's
just
fair. Yeah.
it looks like rubber. Like, it just looks like they're made out of rubber half the time. I don't know. This movie could have been so much more, and it doesn't live up to any of its potential, I think.
I haven't seen Together yet, so I can't comment on it. I like to watch it at some point, but it really seemed unfortunate for this movie that it's following The Substance,
Yes.
because I feel like the marketing was really leaning into that, like, oh, this is going to be the body horror movie of 2025.
Well,
and
because
yeah,
they
like, it's
sold
not
it all on that
actually
like
that.
one. They sold it all on this one scene of her like preparing to
Yeah.
cut them apart, and even that scene is there's barely any gore.
Yeah.
And then the last shot
It's-
is oh my god.
It's funny
rough.
because all the body horror, most of the body horror in this actually worked for me. Like I found it pretty disturbing, but it doesn't go as far as The Substance. So
Yeah, and with body horror
I-
like
I
that,
think
I
it's a-
want it to be like out there, gory. And
yeah, I don't necessarily think it needs to go out there because besides being in the same genre, they are very different movies, trying to accomplish different things. But I thought how it was used in this was
that's
pretty
fair.
well done. But yeah. All right, but I have my three more honorable mentions.
Go ahead.
Rapid
can just-
fire.
Okay, so number 3, The Toxic Avenger. It was really fun, but it's not quite a horror movie, so it's not going on my best list. But it was fun. It was funny. I still need to see the original, but the remake was
Oh my god.
good. Yeah. My number 2, I can't believe this didn't make it on my list. On my best list was Good Boy, because He's such a good boy. If you love dogs, you should watch this movie because he is such a good boy. I think the dog actor in this unironically gives one of the best performances of the year. And it's a horror movie that's mostly set at night, and you can see what's happening. It's a miracle.
My God.
Yeah. And then my number one honorable mention is The Long Walk, which is
Oh wow,
kind of horror adjacent.
I'd say
Very
it's,
good movie.
I'd say it's horror. It kind of falls into
Yeah.
that gray area where it is a Stephen King book and there's horror ideas.
It's on
Right.
the spectrum of Stephen King horror, of Stephen King horror or stories. But it's like on one side you have your Pet Cemeteries and Carrie and The Shining and all that stuff. On the other side you have his dramas like
Yeah.
Shawshank, Green Mile. The Long Walk seems like it's right in the middle
Yeah,
of those
is.
two sides of Stephen King. So
It's a
I
good
can
fusion
understand.
of those two like modes of King.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. It just didn't crack my list just because there were movies that I liked more.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I feel that it's a bit more like horror adjacent. So it didn't make it, but thought I'd mention it. Give
Yeah.
it a shout out.
Before we move on to our lists, I have a couple movies that I want to highlight, but they don't make my honorable mentions or anything. But I know Noah's watched at least one of these, and I was wanting to see if you had seen it. The Until Dawn movie was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's also not very good. Robert, have you seen that yet?
I did not get around to watching it. That one's interesting. But I'm glad we're talking about it just to mention it because we talk a lot about adaptations on this channel, what's good adaptation, what's bad adaptation, and usually, or at least I'm of the opinion of I tend to like things that try something very different or go in a very different direction.
Me too.
This sounds like something that is so far in that other direction as its own thing that it should have been called something else.
No, this is
That's what it
Until
sounds
Dawn in
like.
name only. Polar
Yeah.
Knights is in the chat and says that he just loves the every stage of beard growth that we've got going on.
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
in, man. Noah, because you told me you watched it,
Yes.
and you have watched us play most of Until Dawn. So, from what little you know about the two, what did you think?
Well, that movie's on one of my lists.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
So we won't talk too much about it then.
We won't talk too much about it. I like the premise of the movie. Because
it looks like a fun horror movie premise.
I like time loop, the idea of time loop horror movies. I haven't seen those Happy Death Day movies. I know that they do that too. So I don't know if that is a better take on that. And I think the Until Dawn movie doesn't quite live up to the potential of it, but it's, like you said, it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be, just from that trailer.
Adam March asks if Bambi the Reckoning made everyone's list. We know it's on Robert's best of the year list.
Oh boy.
I tragically have not seen it yet. I'll get back to you when I watch it.
No. So, because I remember when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, I had two thoughts. This is a clever idea, especially with each rewind being like a different subgenre. And my second thought was, this is not Until Dawn. You just slapped a name on it, and
Yeah. And I got one of the actors from it.
yeah. And I will say, I think at some point in the third act you do see a Wendigo, but it's more of a
It's in the trailer.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's
John-
we'll talk about it when we get there.
Well, I'll just throw out this like as a hypothetical question, because a movie we recently praised on the channel was Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake, and that is a remake that is a very different movie from the original. But if I were to throw this question at you, John, why do you think that works being called Dawn of the Dead and not this Until Dawn movie? Like, I already know the answer to this, but I wanted to hear you articulate it.
I would
since you
say
actually watched
the
it.
foundation for Until Dawn, it is unrecognizable as Until Dawn. None of the characters are there except for what's that actor's name?
Peter Stormare.
Peter Stormare, it there's no the stories are completely different. Dawn of the Dead is taking that same trapping and just telling a different story, but I can still show somebody that and they go, "Oh, it's Dawn of the Dead." If I showed
Zombie
somebody,
apocalypse in a mall.
yeah, if I showed somebody either version of Until Dawn and said these are the same thing, they'd go, "No, they're not." What are you talking
It's
about?
just not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a defense I've seen of this movie from people, mainly from people who haven't played the game, is don't you want something different? And I'm usually the one to say yes, but this sounds like it's just so not the same
Well, and
thing.
with
It
Until
doesn't
Dawn,
count.
because that is such a story based game, you would just make the movie a set of those choices. I would assume the Everybody Lives route, but
Or, not to stay on this tangent for too long, just another story about a new set of characters coming across the
yeah,
window.
just make it a sequel.
Yeah, just have
Uh,
it in that universe.
yeah. So we are gonna go ahead and move on. Last movie I want to mention is VHS Halloween. It's kind of become kind of a yearly tradition for me to watch these. They're not perfect, but there's always at least one segment that is great. This year was from the Too Many Cooks guys. They did a short for this. It is
Yeah.
fucked up. So I'll keep it brief in case you guys want to watch it. But basically, they go trick or treating, and there's a sign that says "Just take one piece," and it's adults. And they take them, and this one guy bites into a piece of candy that's shaped like a dick, and then they take more candy out, and the bowl sucks them in, and you find out that the chocolate is made of people.
Oh
Hell yeah.
no!
That's awesome.
Chocolate is people.
Yeah, no, it's horrifying, but it was good. Last year's movie, VHS 94, I forget.
Something like that.
But that was Kate Siegel's directorial debut, and it's a really cool body horror segment. Noah, you would love that one. It's a woman trapped on a spaceship, and the ship's like healing thing, like systems, keep trying to fix her, but they keep like messing it up and making her worse. And it's like a body horror movie, but the ship is trying to fix her.
Hell
That
yeah.
sounds horrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Uh,
Nice.
the only thing I don't like about them is they're all found footage, and that can grate on my nerves really fast. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about those. I just wanted to highlight those as examples of okay but flawed. I didn't hate them. I didn't love them films in the genre.
Alright. Genre.
We're still waiting for Hayden for the best of, so let's get the negatives out of the way. I'll go ahead and throw my first one. So I'm going from least worst to worst. My number one, Kyle asks, is Kate Siegel the woman married to Flanagan? Yes. My number one is Black Phone 2.
5.
Yeah.
Or number,
Bad
yes,
ones,
sorry.
yes.
My number 5, which is my first
Your number
mention, is Black Phone 2.
Alright.
Have you ever wanted to see A Nightmare on Elm Street, but nobody dies?
Oh.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Another movie I didn't get around to because I heard not great
Same.
things about it.
And I didn't love the first one, but it's a solid little movie. I might have made my honorable mention if we were doing it that year. What year is that?
Oh God.
That might be 2019. I think that's.
No.
No, it can't be
I thought
that.
that was pre.
after COVID.
I thought that was pre-pandemic. Oh,
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'll Google it.
Okay.
But yeah, it seemed like the whole conversation around this movie was, well, that doesn't seem like a movie that needs a sequel. And then all the reactions I heard was, that's a movie that didn't need a sequel. So I didn't watch it.
Yep.
I love the first one.
Okay.
I still gotta watch the first one even.
So I need to rant about this. So we're like I said in the spoilers. Sorry, but I'm gonna spoil things. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
So
Real quick, just to answer Noah's question. So the Black Phone was technically a 2021 movie, but it released wide 2022.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was way off.
So in the first movie, you have an abusive dad who is Abusive because basically he's struggling after the death of his wife. You find out in this movie that the grabber and the kid's mom went to the same religious camp as children.
Of course they did.
And he is responsible for the mom dying and basically ruining their lives.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
And-
recontextualizes the first movie in a way I don't love.
Yes. And the opening has some of the worst green screen I have ever seen.
I saw Red Letter Media talk about it. I was like, whoa.
The grabber doesn't care about the boy in this one. This is the sister's story, but she doesn't have an interesting one. The kid from the first movie is the one with the interesting story of like trying to move past what happened in the first movie. But this movie is hell bent on not focusing on that. It's focusing on the sister who is being haunted in her nightmares by the grabber. How? I don't know. The movie didn't care to explain this. Ethan Hawke's trying. He's trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
But they just really want him to be Freddy Krueger. He
That
doesn't.
sucks.
He's like a mild annoyance in this movie.
It's
Yeah,
cool to see an actor like Ethan Hawke do stuff like this, so that like
Mhm.
be willing
Yeah.
to be in like a horror franchise like this. So it's cool that he at least still brings something to the movie, even if it's not great.
I will say I also don't know if if the first one needed a sequel, just because that is based off a book and like the story is complete there. I don't think it's impossible to make sequels to this. This was just a bad idea. Like everything about this was bad.
And the first movie is a supernatural movie, so bringing the grabber back as a ghost, like, I think that's fine. It just doesn't sound like they picked the right story.
Well, it feels forced. Like they didn't put any thought into it or like effort. It's just he's back. I don't know.
It
The man
seems
behind
like
the mask.
this. It seems like this writing and directing team, because it's Scott Derrickson and Robert
Yes.
Carlyle, don't seem to have a great track record with sequels. Because I think they came back for Sinister 2, which
Yes.
I've heard wasn't good.
Well, Austin said that this movie reeks of him being ass mad that he didn't get to do Nightmare in Doctor Strange. And from what little I know about Nightmare, I kind of agree. He's just like,
It's a
you know what? Marvel won't let me do it. I'll make my own version.
And I wish it was great.
Yeah.
I wish people loved it.
I
Then I'd watch
I
it.
mean, I have the hot take. I don't think Scott Derrickson's that good. Black Phone was fine. Sinister lives and dies on its gimmick. Doctor Strange is probably still his best movie in my opinion, and even that movie is flawed. Hellraiser 5 is Hellraiser 5. I don't blame him for that though, because he said that was like a miserable working experience. Experience. I just think he's kind of generic, and when he doesn't have a source material to follow, because Black Phone 2 obviously can't adapt a book that doesn't exist, this is what you get.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Doctor
that's-
Strange is actually still the only movie of his I've seen.
Oh,
which
don't
is-
worry, I'll make you watch Hellraiser 5.
It's inevitable, I guess.
It is inevitable. Let's switch it up, and Noah, you go next.
Okie dokie. So, my number 5 worst of the year. Like I said earlier, the back half of this list is more movies I thought were just kind of whatever, didn't leave a big impression on me, but leaning closer to bad than good, and my number 5 for that is Him, the football psychological horror movie with Marlon Wayans as a psychotic coach. I don't know. Do you guys know much about the story of this movie?
I saw a lot of reviews of it. I've not seen the film myself, but I've heard that Marlon Wayans is actually like the best part of it. I've
He is
heard
the
he's
best part
having
of
a lot
it.
fun.
He gives the best performance, but the general premise is this kid that wants to be basically the next GOAT, one of the greatest football players of all time, goes to Marlon Wayans, who's he was like the GOAT at one point, an ex football player's like bunker in the middle of a desert to train to be the next greatest of all time. And it's very psychological, and I guess I liked the attempt at like exploring that kind of thing. Football is not a subject I'm all that interested in, but you can make
You
that
can make a
stuff
good
interesting.
movie. I don't know.
Right, you can make that stuff interesting, especially for a more horror-y take on it. I the
And
movie
this
tries
is
to
him,
be
right?
This is him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I legitimately forgot that came out.
Yeah. Yeah. It tries to be satirical, but it's nowhere near as clever as it could be.
Yeah.
And I just feel like its attempts at being funny are pretty on the nose, and I don't know, just don't. It's something where like, yeah, I see what you're doing on a surface level. You're not doing it in a particularly like impressive or new kind of way. So I'm just left like, yeah. A lot of critics critics savaged this movie when it came out. I don't think it's awful or anything, but I get why people don't like it. It did lead to a pretty funny Twitter post where Marlon Wayans was like, "Hey, you know what? Like a lot of my movies are hated by critics when they first come out, but they proved like time tells that they proved to be masterpieces." And the example that he used for that was White Chicks.
So that is funny. However, I will say in his defense, that is an extremely popular movie.
It is, but
I don't know if that's a good way to discern a masterpiece, but I think there is something to be said for a movie that is trashed by critics having such long legs with audiences.
yeah, I mean, technically that is an example of that. It's just
that
a
movie's
funny
also like 30 years old.
Yeah.
And like I said before,
40 years old.
him is not very good, but Marlon Wayans is not the worst part about it. I think that he's a pretty talented dramatic actor. I haven't seen a lot of his dramatic work.
No,
But whenever I see a serious role from him, he usually kills
I
it.
unfortunately have only seen him in the scary movies. Where he's playing, what is it, Shorty?
Shorty, yeah.
I mean, that is the best character in those first two movies, so.
Yeah, and I don't really like those first movies all that much, but I don't like he's good in those movies, like
Yeah.
at what has to do. Like he's a gifted, talented comedic performer as well.
Yeah, all I know about that movie is that there was like a clip from that was viral on TikTok for a while. It's like him saying like a bunch of names and then saying they're dead or something. I'll have to find it.
Yeah.
But that was a big like
Big scene.
trend on TikTok.
The big scene that stuck with me is there's a part where I'm gonna be bad at explaining this because I don't know football things, but he's training with the kid, and there's like this machine that shoots out the football real fast, and it's hitting a guy in the face.
Okay.
And
It's like a hazing scene, right?
yeah. Well, and the kid needs to like perform some sort of move real fast, or else he's gonna keep hitting the guy with the football. And I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but it made me laugh. So anyway, yeah, that's him. It's whatever.
Go ahead, Robert.
My number 5 worst of the year movie is a movie that has not come up at all tonight so far, and it is Leigh Whannell's Wolfman.
Oh.
This was disappointing. It's at the bottom. Like I didn't hate this movie. It didn't piss me off, but definitely one of the most disappointing of the year, which is why it cracks my bottom 5. I just didn't get much out of it. It's for everything I think he did right with Invisible Man.
He does it all wrong in this one.
It's all wrong here. It's such a counterpoint to that, where this just feels so cheap. With Invisible Man, it's like, oh, it's so reserved. There's so much restraint. It's not a flashy movie. And then you get to this, and it's like we're just stuck in this house in the woods, and I can't see anything.
I
The
can't
whole
see what's
time. Like,
going on.
we talk about that a lot this year, and I'm sure it'll come up again with some other movies. This is like the worst example of that
Yes.
I saw in 2025, where it's not just a scene, it's not just a sequence, it's like the whole, it's like half the movie. I can't see what's going on, particularly in the third act.
Pretty
So
much the entire time they're out in the woods, which is like
Yeah, a
that
lot
starts
of it.
early on in the movie.
so this probably should have made my dishonorable mentions because it is really low. The only reason it didn't is I don't like the original Wolfman and I don't like the 2010 one either. So this was just like, oh, we tried again and it's not good. I don't know. No, I want to like this movie because I think the whole body horror aspect is interesting, but it's another just generic Blumhouse movie that in the third act devolves into The Shining.
Yeah, it's just not that interesting.
Remember
It's
Yeah.
The Shining?
it's another movie about trauma.
Yeah, the
seen
husband
it.
goes crazy and attacks his family, and
Yeah.
It's about the
As
cycle
soon
of
as-
violence.
As soon as this started with a flashback scene of like the kid's childhood, I was like, okay, we're in for this again.
We're doing this again.
there's so many
It's
other
just-
takes they could have gone with.
Nothing about it felt inspired, and yeah, the idea of going more body horror with it and doing a more gradual transformation, and the idea of a loved one, losing their mind is universally scary, and just because The Shining did it doesn't mean you can't do it again. But
No,
yeah,
but
I should care about the family more at the very least.
so I don't know if you and I have ever talked about this, and this isn't James Wan, so it's not entirely fair, but he's connected to James Wan. James Wan manages to do that in like every movie he makes lately. There is some Shining homage or ripoff. It's in like all of the Conjuring movies. It's in
that fucking
that Night Swim movie is just that.
That
So-
becomes The Shining at the end, and I'm like, oh my god.
So when I saw this, and I was just like, well, it's not James Wan, but like it's connected. And, oh, we're doing this. Oh,
James
Jesus
Wan's friend.
Christ.
Yeah.
Can we just stop with The Shining?
And we've talked a lot about Blumhouse tonight, and this was the first Blumhouse flop of the year. Did
Yep.
not
They started early.
January. Well,
Yep.
Yeah. No, this movie flopped bad.
It flopped
This,
real bad.
I mostly so at the beginning of the year, when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, this is not very good," but it's probably going to be low on my. It's probably either going to be a dishonorable mention or low on my worst of list. Yeah. Well, that's on me because I didn't see enough bad movies, but
God damn it,
um,
Noah.
yeah, it's not very good, and also one of the worst theater experience I've had.
Oof.
This movie with just like drunk people rambling throughout the entire.
It's awesome.
Ultimately, I don't really care because it's the Wolfman, but it was still kind of annoying.
I will say, if there's one thing that I've learned this year, it's that Julia Gardner's a good actress. I don't think she's bad in any of the 3 movies that I saw her in this year. 2 of them she doesn't get a whole lot to do, but that's not her fault.
Yep.
Yeah. And I forgot she's in Person Being a Wallflower. I need to go watch that again. That movie's so
So-
good.
I gotta go watch that for a first time.
John, is it your turn?
Yes.
For your number 4?
My number 4, and nobody's gonna agree with me, is Shelby Oaks. I thought this was a really boring retread of a bunch of things that I've seen done better in 100 different movies. I don't care about the filmmaking if nothing in the story is engaging. The first 20 minutes were a great short film. I think it's the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And then after that I was just checked out. I didn't care.
the first 20 minutes are my favorite part, and I think the most engaging part of the movie for me. I like most. I like pretty much the rest of the movie fine enough, but it just becomes a lot less interesting, and it's just like, yeah,
What I
And
expected from a Chris Stuckman movie.
and I liked the central performance enough, so I was invested the whole way through.
That's fair. I don't feel that strongly about it. It's just it it irritated me less than other things on my list.
I was about to say, like, we haven't gotten to the movies that pissed you off. Yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
Even though he went on a rant about the Black Phone 2, this somehow
That's true.
Yeah,
pissed him off more.
that I don't know. I think it's because like with the Black Phone 2 there were scenes that were at least surface level entertaining, but then they retcon things. This after the first 20 minutes I'm like, how much is long? Oh fuck. Noah, what is your number 4, sir?
My number 4, and we already mentioned this, so we'll talk briefly about it, but Until Dawn
Oh
Oh,
my God.
is my number 4 worst movie of the year.
I'm actually surprised, but I guess that
Yeah.
tracks since you're still in your movies of I didn't hate it, but I had a
Yeah,
full slot.
this is the last one of those. Everything else after this is I'd comfortably call a bad movie. Um, but yeah. So as a time loop horror movie, I don't think it fully delivers on that idea.
from memory they kind of just give up like before the third act starts. They're just like,
It's fun. It's funny because this I think kind of has a similar general premise and like mission statement as Shelby Oaks. Weirdly enough, because it's both about people looking for a lost relative, and they mix in different genres of horror too, which I think on paper like that could work. Like I could see something like that working, but I don't think either movie quite pulls that off.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the thing you were talking about earlier, John, with the Wendigos. We're in full spoilers right now.
yeah.
I don't know if you. This is how I thought it was, but the people that so it turns out that Peter Stormare is the main villain, and he's been manipulating everything behind the scenes. He's experimenting on a lot. So like the cabin that they're at is like an experiment to like create these creatures, and I assume that those creatures are the Wendigos in this movie. I
So-
think they even call them that.
And that doesn't. If that's the case, that does not track with
That's
the
not
mythology
with
from
the game.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way I read it, and I'll pull up the Wikipedia page here just to verify, but from memory, because it's been a while since I've watched it, he sets up this time loop, and every time they die, it gets closer to unleashing the Wendigos.
Yeah, but because he has like previous test subjects locked up,
Yeah.
and I think they're called Wendigo. I think those are the Wendigos, but I don't know. That's not at all what they are in the game from what I've seen of that game. I think there might be another reference to the game too. Like you see some
I've heard there are
characters.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And so you guys could spoil this for me. Is he playing the same character from the game, or is he a completely different character?
I think he's
Doesn't
completely
He is
different.
credited as Alan Hill, a psychologist.
That's just so not what that character is in the game. It's confusing.
Let me let me look at this because I just to satisfy my curiosity.
Okay.
But yes, it is. So it is turning them into Wendigos because one of the characters turns into a Wendigo, and somehow them dying and coming back, and the time loop turns them into Wendigos. I don't fucking know.
Sounds weirdly complicated.
Correct.
It is. It is. It's not very good, but it was not anger inducing.
Yes. So he is playing the same character because I think they play that as like a big reveal if you know who that is. It's like it's the psychiatrist from the game, but he's
But I saw him in the trailer. I knew
I like-
Peter Stormare was in the movie.
I like that twist. Guess
Well, no,
what?
because-
this actor that played a character in the game is that character.
because Noah, if you remember correctly, they fake you out with him being like a gas station attendant or something at the beginning,
yeah,
and then it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a big reveal that he's actually the character from the game.
but even still,
But
Well,
It's
wouldn't
silly.
it be a bigger reveal if you didn't tell people he was in the movie?
correct. But this is Sony.
Yeah.
would it be a bigger reveal if he just was a gas station attendant? That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That'd be wild. All right, that's all I have to say about Until Dawn.
The last thing I have to say is my favorite kill scene in the movie is the water that makes you explode because it's so dumb that I was laughing my ass
Yeah.
off. So,
But if I'm gonna watch people explode, I'd rather watch the monkey.
Robert, in one of the loops, somebody drinks the water and it makes their limbs explode. And they realize that drinking the water will make you explode. And this one lady, after she realizes it, her leg explodes and she falls over. And then her gut like starts to expand because she drank the water. And then
Yeah.
she just explodes. And then they never mention it again that this water makes you explode or how that works.
Never explain how it works, but that's how they killed Peter Stormare, if you remember.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So no, it's not
Yeah.
even part of the loop. It's just the water in the cabin makes you explode.
It's just like contaminated, so obviously poisonous water makes you explode, as we all know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how she kills Peter Stormare at the end.
Uh,
It's like the beach that makes you old, you know?
Yeah. I
Water
believe
boxes
this is
explode.
honestly no. I don't know if you had this, but minus like a big twist at the end. You could have told me this was made by M. Night Shyamalan, and I would have believed you. It has the same understanding of the source material that it's adapting.
It's the most fun M. Night Shyamalan movie I've seen in a while.
You were all over Trap.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
yeah, that's right. No, yeah, Trap's awesome. Never mind.
You fraud.
I
Robert,
forgot
what
about
is
Trap.
what is your next one? Your number 4.
My number 4, and this is one of my more horror adjacent picks on my list, but it's a film we've already talked about, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh,
Similar to
Oh,
Wolfman,
no.
this is disappointing. Is it better than some of the other Jurassic World movies? Yeah, I guess. Like, is it a step in the right direction?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just found it. While it's a good looking movie, I like Gareth Edwards as a director, and he's a good pick for one of these. It's just so forgettable.
Well, my thing with it is because I like some of Gareth Edwards' other movies, even with forgettable characters, because he has this like really good sense of spectacle. And where is that in this movie?
And my understanding is he came on this project real late, and you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
I thought he did a decent job of showing the scale of the dinosaurs compared
No,
to
the scale was fine, but like we get maybe one what I'd call good set piece, and even then it's mostly just a T-Rex in the water. Like I thought that raft scene was really disappointing.
Yeah, it's fine. The boat action sequence with the Spinosaurus I thought that was fun. Like I thought that was the best action
like that.
scene of the
Yeah.
movie. But the third act I thought was really dull.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be as good as like Jurassic Park 3, and it couldn't even do that. Like we're, I think Noah said something earlier that made me laugh. Of it's once again not as good as the original, and I'm like, yeah, I'm so far past expecting that.
Yeah.
I don't-
No, I
no,
just
okay,
want it
it's
to be
not
like
good
as
as the
good as
first one.
3.
Yeah, that's where the bar is, and it couldn't even meet that, so it was disappointing.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because like, yeah, I mean, obviously the original is a bar that you can't reach because it's too high, but I'd even say 3 is a pretty low bar. I don't think that's technically a
It
good
is.
movie.
Nah, 3's
No, it's a
great.
guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I'd like a
Yeah.
genuinely good Jurassic Park sequel.
Okay, but no, we're on the 7th one. They haven't done that yet.
Miracles can happen.
Ah,
It's
I'm an optimist.
I don't know. Jurassic World is this franchise. It's weird compared to something like Terminator. They're about they're weird to compare because Terminator has like two great movies, and it's mostly downhill after that. But and this is just speaking for myself. I don't think a Jurassic World movie has pissed me off as much as like a Terminator Dark Fate pisses me off. It's just a lot of mediocrity.
what I would
And-
say is the thing with Jurassic Park is a bad sequel doesn't hurt what came before. Every bad Terminator sequel finds a way to try to ruin the only two good movies in this franchise.
That is fair.
With Jurassic Park, it's normally just like, you know, another story taking place at some point later. It doesn't try to retcon like the first movie to say Alan Grant was half Velociraptor or some bullshit.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, John, this movie is similar to Dominion. Like, there's just no teeth to it. It just plays it very safe.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating.
Yes,
It's-
me. A
Those-
dinosaur movie's got to have teeth.
Those kids should have been eaten by the T-Rex.
Yeah, they're rough.
That is
It's
the
a
most
pretty
plot
bloodless-
armor I've seen in a long time.
It's a pretty bloodless movie. Like,
Yeah, I didn't think
I
to
think
put
by
this
the
on my
third
list,
act,
but it
there's-
was really disappointing.
there's no scratches on anyone in the third act of this movie.
No, I never believe anybody's in danger. The one guy that they do kill, it turns out to be a fake out.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
Okay, so this is my number 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Fear Street Prom Queen. I really like the first two Fear Street movies. They're kind of teen horror throwbacks to 70s and 90s slasher movies. Well, no, sorry. The second one is called Fear Street 1978, but it's looking very evidently at Friday the 13th and like the 80s slashers. But because of the lore that they set up, it has to be that specific year, so it can be this many years later in the first one. It's dumb, but they're solid. 3, I think, is a mistake because 3 decides to not be a slasher. It tries to be like the Nickelodeon version of The Witch, and it's really awkward. And so I was like, oh, 4 is going to be just a standalone movie. Prom settings for slashers go all the way back to prom night. This would be cool. This is the most nothing burger of a movie I've ever seen. Robert, have you seen this?
I wasn't able to. This was actually going to be one of my last minute watches last night, but Netflix crashed on me, probably because of Strange Things. I don't know. So I had to watch something elsewhere
Okay.
instead. So yeah, this one I never got around
So-
to. I like that Fear Street trilogy a lot, especially the first two, and I think the second one, the 78 one, is the best one.
Yes.
So I like that trilogy a lot, but I've heard this one was real bad.
So, you know how most movies kind of build up to the prom and the big prom killer craze is the third act? This is a prom slasher movie where the entire thing takes place at the prom. And they unironically play Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And it's supposed to be like a great needle drop. Although
Yeah, they
It's a great song.
it's a great song.
the reveal at the end might be the greatest thing in this entire series. So they reveal that the killer's entire family is in on it. Noah, help me out here because I know you watched it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So the whole family is
In on
basically
on this because the main character's mom dumped the killer's dad years ago.
I think so. Yeah. And also because like they've won prom queen every year, like that family or
I think that's what gets the
family
daughter in it on it. But the whole thing is just because this one guy can't get over his breakup from like 40 years ago.
It's stupid. This movie fucking sucked. This is the only Fear Street movie I've seen. I felt comfortable just watching this one because
Oh,
it's an anthology.
no, sorry.
Yeah.
So the last minute twist is that the whole family is in on it, and the mom was the killer because the main character's dad broke up with her for the main character's mom.
Yeah.
And she waited until now to get her revenge by killing people at this prom. It's the best part of the movie because it's fucking insane, but the rest of the movie is just really dull and
I think
uninteresting.
at the end there's also a tease. There's like some sort of reference to one of the other movies.
I think so because it takes
Tie it
place
in.
in the same town.
Yeah.
But
knew
it's
that, so.
it's like an anthology, kind of like
Okay.
Goosebumps or something where they may take place in the same place, but that doesn't mean that the other movies happened.
I just remember I think there's like a post-credit scene where you see some sort of logo. I think that was relevant in one of the other movies, but I didn't.
Oh, I forgot if
that,
there's a
of course,
post-credit
so-
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, her blood forms the witch's mark. So I guess the idea is,
That went over my head.
yeah, because so the first three are about a witch that gets revenge on this town by possessing people and making them kill people. So I guess maybe that's supposed to be part of it. Why would you make that a post-credit scene? That should be the end of the movie.
Why would you make this movie?
Well, and
this I hated this movie.
I was done with it like halfway through.
And you guys know how much I love slasher movies. Like, are there any good kills in it? Like any?
I don't remember. No, I don't think so.
Outside
It's
of
just
Suicide.
it's like 90 minutes of them just walking around prom.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, Robert, have you ever heard of the 80s?
Yes.
Have you ever heard 80s music in a horror movie? Isn't that a new novel concept?
No, there's like a section of the film that is just back-to-back needle drops.
Yeah, the whole section, the whole prom section of the movie, it's all needle drops, and it's the most obvious. Like, Never Gonna Give You Up.
I burst out
Billy
laughing when they played
Idol.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was watching. But it's like music you've heard in movies that are set in the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
playlist.
Anyway, that's my number 3. Noah, what is your number
Alright.
3? What has
My
outraged
number
you
3?
today?
What my number 3 is Today's the Day. The Woman in the Yard.
Oh,
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
I didn't get
I haven't
around to
seen it.
that one.
Yeah, it's a Blumhouse movie.
Hell yeah.
So this one's also about trauma.
Of course.
But it's a bit more. It threw me for a loop a bit because, I'll just start off with all the negatives. It's not interesting. It's very generic. The kills. Well, it's not a slasher movie. It's more psychological than I was expecting, and it's a lot darker than I was expecting too. So that's why I kind of hesitated putting it higher on the list because there's things in it that I actually respect. I think on paper could have worked, and I respect part of the risk that it took. I'm being vague because this movie actually it delves into some subject matter that's hard to talk about on YouTube.
Oh.
Uh,
The only
so-
person I know that liked it was Mike from Red Letter Media, and I couldn't tell if he's being honest or not.
I don't think he was. Because most of this movie is the spooky, scary
Skeletons.
lady in the yard scares me, and it's not very well made. It's just kind of there, but
For anyone else that has seen this, is Drop like the best Blumhouse movie of this year?
I
Maybe.
haven't seen it.
Couldn't tell you.
And even that one, I was
Sorry.
just like, this is fine. Like, it's
I
competent.
wanted to watch that because the trailer was awful.
Oh,
Yes,
but
no, it looks real bad.
Then I think Austin saw it and said it was okay, and I'm like, all right, well, if this is okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
no, it's like it either has to be amazing or really bad.
Yeah, then I didn't. Then I still avoided the really bad ones. So
No,
yeah, there's not much I can say about Woman the Yard. It's just
yeah.
not very good.
I heard about it was it sounded like a Blumhouse movie that like wanted really badly to be an A24 or a Neon movie, but
Yes.
the Blumhouse-isms just drag it down, is what I've heard.
So if this was made by A24 or Neon, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but a better director was at the helm, I can see some of the concepts that it's going for working a bit more. But yeah, a lot of those Blumhouse-isms just rear their ugly head, keeping it from being a great movie. So,
But Noah, this guy made your favorite film of all time, House of Wax, the 2005 one.
really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the same guy that did House of Wax, Black Adam, and Jungle Cruise.
Oh, I think I knew. I
God,
think I
that
knew
was
that
that
at one
guy.
point, but I forgot. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
that's your
no.
favorite director.
That's my favorite director, and he makes this mid.
Yeah, that's why you were so
I feel-
disappointed.
But I feel like everyone's reaction to this movie made you think like, oh, this is probably like a first-time director horror movie. Like that's what it
I just
sounds
would've
It's
thought-
like.
because nobody remembers that he's attached to these other movies.
He's been working for 20 years.
That's honestly, it feels like a first-time director movie.
Well, you know, he's
Yeah.
he's learning as he goes.
He's learning. Hey, we still got time to learn.
No, I mean, joking aside, Oh, and he made Orphan, which I've heard good things about.
I've heard that one's good. That's one.
That is a movie that, unfortunately, the twist has been spoiled for me.
Yeah, same.
But,
I don't think I know the twist.
Oh my god.
well, watch it before you get it spoiled.
Okay.
But, I don't know, looking at his filmography, from what little I've seen, it feels like he peaked with this first movie, the House of Wax remake. And even that's too long.
Imagine peaking with the House of Wax remake.
Oh,
My least favorite movie of all time.
that's not true. You liked The Fog
I know,
less.
I know, but I was.
Oh,
was
wait,
in a
wait.
real Mood.
If that is your least favorite movie, does that mean that you liked Black Christmas 2019 more than House of Wax 2005?
Shit, no, never mind. You're right. Yeah, right. Never mind. I take it back.
No, it's like, no!
Don't say that.
All right, Robert,
All right, well, that was my number 3.
what is your number 3, sir?
My number 3 is a film I don't think either of you guys watched, but earlier Bambi: The Reckoning was mentioned, which I did not see. But as far as public
Oh,
domain
no.
to be horror slop that I did watch, my number 3 is Popeye the Slayer Man. One
Oof.
of 3 Popeye horror movies that came out this year. I've heard it's the best of those.
Ouch.
It's got a couple good kills. It's got a fun premise, riffing on Popeye. I love Popeye, and it's not very good. It's in terms of quality in this like subgenre of horror. It's not as good as Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Like that is still the peak. So it's not that good, but it's better than Winnie the Pooh,
Blood
Blood
and
and
Honey
Honey
1.
1. And it
The
is
most
much
nothing
better-
movie of all time.
Well, a movie that is more nothing than that is Mousetrap. That is like the absolute bottom of the barrel nothing
Right.
movie.
Robert, how does it feel to be the expert on public domain
I mean,
children's
Sully has to
character
be.
horror
We're gonna
movies?
rank all these movies.
You're the guy for that, yeah. When
yeah,
are we
so-
ranking the Pooniverse?
The Poonie?
Yeah,
Pooniverse.
which I've fallen behind on. I
I
admit
have
I
too.
need to catch up. on that universe. But as far as this Popeye film goes, yeah, it's still not as good as the best of these, but it's better than some of the other ones.
No, we need to do a blind commentary on the first two Blood and Honey movies because I need to see your reaction.
Honestly, I think not to plan things for next year, but I think a marathon of these kinds of movies one night would be really fun.
We should do it.
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
We should.
Hell yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah,
do you have anything else to say about this
Yeah.
Popeye movie? Because I
I'll
didn't
just
watch
say
it.
for clarification, this is not part of the Pudaverse. It's not
Yeah,
that creative team
Okay.
that made this. But yeah, it's not good enough to recommend, but it's not bad enough to like be angry about. It's just kind of disappointing. It's like I said, it's got a couple good kills. It does a practical gore. I'll give it credit for that. Like it has more effort than you'd expect, but not enough to be enjoyable.
yeah.
It's just it exists. It's put up
It
a 3.
exists.
It's not good. One day I'll watch the other 2 Popeye movies and rank them, see if this is truly the best of those 3.
That's how we're
But,
gonna find
yeah.
Robert dead in his front room. I've watched too many of these goddamn public domain bullshit.
I had to have at least one Tubi movie on the list for the sake of variety.
Yeah. All right.
You gotta have it in there.
Are we ready for my number 4?
Or
Would be
2.
your- would be
No,
number
sorry.
2, right?
Number 2. I have it numbered on my paper in the different order. And
Oh,
Fear
why'd
Street
you do
being
that?
Fear Street actually being number 3 on both my list and in this threw me off. My number 2 is a movie I don't think I've heard anybody else talk about, but it is called Hell of a Summer. And
yeah.
this,
I knew this would be on your list.
oh god, I was really excited for this. You know, I like Finn Wolfhard. I'm a big Stranger Things fan. I think he's really good in the It movies. I was excited to see him take on a directorial role. I don't know if he's the problem, but this was one of the most insufferable movies that I sat through this year. The dialogue and like the writing is so juvenile and just bad. I don't remember none of the kills have stuck with me. I didn't like anything about this movie.
Well, this is part of what I was alluding to earlier when I said didn't seem to be a great year for slasher movies.
Yes.
Because this is one I knew you really hated, and I believe was the movie specifically that put you in a real bad mood and made you not interested in Clown in a Cornfield because you thought that was going to be.
Yes, that you're
Another
right.
one of
I
the-
forgot about that. I watched. I was like, if Clown in Cornfield is anything like this, I'm gonna. No, I can't say that on YouTube, but no, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, this is like a throwback to 80s slashers, but written by modern day teenagers.
Oh.
It's just, oh god, this was not for me. My buddy Jake loved it. I thought it was insufferable, and I'm guessing you two didn't watch it.
I was going to for the video, but I saw the trailer for this in theaters before some movie, and I thought, wow, all of the dialogue in this sounds really obnoxious.
Correct.
I'm disappointed that Finn Wolfhard's doing something like this, but
Yeah.
whatever.
No.
Bring Wall Guy back on Smiling Friends. It's
He's
his
dead.
best role.
Spoilers.
Bring him back.
Did you guys know that Finn Wolfhard is directing a remake of Idle Hands?
Oh. I probably did and just forgot. That's interesting, but
Why?
why not?
Oh, and he's writing it. Wait, did he write Hell of a Summer? Because if he did, I'm scared. Oh my god, it's the same creative team as this movie. No!
Cool.
I'm gonna
Well.
freak out.
John's gonna freak out, everybody.
No, that's all I had to say about Hell of a Summer. I don't remember any of the plot now. I just remember it being insufferable. What is your number 2?
Wait, is it my turn or Robert's turn?
Because I go, and then you go, and then Robert goes.
Oh, yeah.
How did you
Well, we
forget like halfway through?
I don't know. Because didn't I just talk about Woman in the Yard? Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, and then he talked about Popeye, and then I talked about Hell of a Summer. Where the
My
fuck have you
number
been
two-
for the last 10 minutes?
My number
We had a
two.
different order when we were doing our honorable mentions, and then we changed it up when we got to the actual list.
No, but
so break the bush.
Yeah. My number two, we already talked about it, is Wolfman.
Oh my god, I was starting to think that just wasn't gonna be on your list.
No,
Wow.
it's on my list. It's remember earlier when I was like, yeah, this would probably be like one of my honorable mentions. Like no. No, I didn't see many bad movies this year. That being said, I mean, like this deserves to be on the list because it's a bad movie. But yeah, we already talked about it. It's the bleh. It's another horror movie about trauma.
A different monster says blah, Noah. Get your
I thought that
universal
was the
monster
wolf.
straight.
I thought that was the Wolfman's famous
I
line.
I would have given this movie 5 stars if the Wolfman showed up in like a jump scare. Instead of Rory just went, bleh.
Bleh.
Eh.
Yeah, you know,
Happy
and
bir-
that
Make more happy birthday scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
do you guys remember the whole controversy with the Universal Horror Nights where they had like a guy dressed up as a wolf
Yes.
man, and everyone was like, "Oh, that better not be what he looks like in the movie," and they're like, "No, it's not. Trust us." And I mean, that's like half true, but what we got in the movie didn't look better. Like,
No, what we got in the movie looked worse.
yeah,
I
well,
think.
he looks, and this is what I figured. He looked more like the dad Wolfman than main Wolfman, the guy at Universal Studios.
Oh
Um,
yeah, but main Wolfman looked pretty bad.
He looked like a Goomba.
He did.
Yeah, just very lackluster transformation sequence. The actor's fine. Like,
Boy,
he's trying.
you look like a Goomba.
Goomba. He kind of looked like that guy from The Hobbit that turns into a bear. You remember the big guy?
Yes,
The
yeah,
Hobbit.
I can see that.
He looked a little bit like that guy.
I don't even remember now. I don't think I could see it that well's the problem.
No, this was one of the worst theatrical experiences I had this year, where I'm like, I can't see what's happening, and we're in the third act of this movie, and this is a problem.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun commentary. You thought the Hellraiser one was bad.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
I kind of already said my
Roberto's
piece on it,
turn.
so. Roberto,
So,
number 4.
my number 2,
Number 1, 2,
number
whatever.
4, depending on how you're
I don't
listing this,
fucking know anymore.
is going to be another movie I don't believe either of you watched, but I went ahead and watched Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds. And yeah, it's
Oh.
terrible. It's
That is like the
Yeah,
most
it's-
wait. Okay. Now I'm curious because if that's only your number 2, what in God's
Well,
name?
my number 1 definitely pissed me off more.
Yeah.
That's why it's my number 1. But yeah, War of the Worlds, like objectively speaking, probably the worst movie I saw. of
I love that
2025.
you went for the most low hanging fruit of this year.
Yeah. I mean, it's fascinating. They shot this movie in 2020 and just sat on it for like 5 years. And I can see why. It's a
Yep.
shame. I Ice Cube in this movie. It's a double-edged sword because he's not good enough for this role to work, but he's just bad enough for it to be entertaining if you're in the mood for a bad movie. This will be a fun bad movie watch with friends. Is the biggest compliment I could give it,
Right.
because he has the best reactions to like shit blowing up and him going, "Oh hell nah," and he one of his kids is in danger and he's like, "Get out of there!" Oh, that was close. Like that is the energy he's bringing to some of these
Does
scenes.
not give. a
I
shit.
don't normally have this, but I have found that is a movie where people won't shut up about it, and it has killed
I-
my interest in watching it.
That's why
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it until last night, where I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like everybody was talking about it, you couldn't avoid it, so that put me off too. But I finally watched it, and yeah, like the visual effects are terrible. There's a sequence where he is getting attacked by like a CGI tentacle, and
Beautiful.
the original Anaconda has better CGI
Oh.
than this movie. It's rough.
Yeah.
You know what is
if you-
unfortunate is none of us got a chance to see the new one before this list.
I considered it, but then I was like,
I really wish you had.
I was like, life is too short.
That's not
No.
true.
Yeah. Also, if you didn't know, in War of the Worlds, one of the heroes of the movie is a Amazon delivery
Yes.
driver, and he
Of course.
saves the world with an Amazon drone.
Of course.
So there's a long. Isn't there a long scene where they describe like how good Amazon's delivery is,
Yes.
and like why it's,
there's
it's a great service? And
there's a whole sequence where they're shopping on Amazon.
yeah,
It's
of course.
beautiful.
That's the future of movies, folks.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Is this the worst thing Ice Cube has been in?
Probably. I like Ice Cube. Like, he's fun.
He can be good in things. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's given great performances.
Yeah, he's very miscast here, but also fun to watch. So that's something. So yeah, terrible movie, just truly god awful. And I've only seen one of these other, like, they're called screen life movies, like this subgenre of found footage, like Unfriended or Missing is the one I've seen, and that was pretty good.
I heard that was
And-
good.
And that's a movie I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I probably won't watch it again, but I thought it was fine. Seeing something like this definitely makes me appreciate that all the more, with just all the work you have to put and thought put into the editing and making it feel as realistic as possible, and the performances, as nonsensical as that movie is. Like, there's still a lot of effort put into it, making it feel realistic while you're watching this. This just does everything wrong, and it's so lazy as a screen life movie. And that's like the most disappointing thing about it for me as a fan of War of the Worlds, is this is a cool idea for a take on that material, because it reminds me of like the famous Orson Welles radio dramatization, where I don't know if you know this story, John, but the Orson Welles War of the Worlds radio show, the way he approached that story was making the main character a news reporter who's on the radio. So people were tuning into that show thinking it was real.
Yeah.
And that aliens were actually attacking, and it caused a whole controversy, and he had to go to court over it. So the idea of approaching War of the Worlds like that, doing that take, but for 2025, where everything's on a computer, is cool. Like, that could work, but boy, did they shit the bed on this one.
You could have done, like, this might be stupid, but you could have done that as a live stream. You could have, like, Twitch streamed the movie. Have like
no, there is a cool idea there. It's just they didn't want to make a movie; they wanted to make an Amazon advertisement.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yep. I've seen some funny out of context clips, but I don't know if I'm gonna watch the full thing.
Well, and
Definitely
it's
not
and just part of the humor of it, like Ice Cube, instead of just being like a regular guy, he's like the world's greatest hacker who works for the government, and it's oh god, it's just so ludicrous.
Yep,
that's a different guy.
But that's a different guy.
Yeah,
that's
so terrible movie. Nothing else to say about it.
All right.
All right. My worst movie of the year, Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh my god, I'm so surprised.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna start with the one positive that I have with this movie. I don't know if you guys know this, but Wayne Knight is in this movie.
Yay.
Oh hell yeah.
Yes, and he plays the worst teacher of all time. So there's some kind of like robotics award or school fair coming up, and because Noah, you and I watched the first one, the little sister wants to enter this thing, and the teacher's like trying to convince her not to so that they can win, but then she finds the animatronics from the first movie, and they build like a miniature one of them to put in this fair. She goes to the fair. This is the best scene in the movie because I couldn't believe what I was watching. He takes it, says, "Oh, I'll go put it over here," pretends to trip and smashes it in front of her.
Oh my god.
And
An
then,
asshole.
no, he's just the biggest like dick of all time.
Does he die spectacularly?
Uh, in theory,
Oh.
one of the animatronics lures him into a room and crushes his head, but it's PG-13, so we can't see any
Right.
of it.
Yeah, these movies are PG-13
Okay,
because we gotta get kids in there.
so Matthew Lillard is, I don't even know why he's in the cast in this movie. He's in like one scene that I remember.
That's just
You also have Skeet Ulrich. Those two share no screen time together, if you were excited for that.
Come on.
And then, okay, the end of the movie, the big reveal is, you remember the girl from the first movie, Noah, that's the daughter of Matthew Lillard? Well, in this movie, you find out she has a brother who has secretly been working behind the whole time to continue their father's work. And then
Yeah.
the blonde and Josh Hutcherson stop him, but then Josh Hutcherson out of nowhere decides that he can't trust the blonde anymore, so they break up. And then the final shot of the movie, which made me go, "Oh, fuck off," is this new puppet that I don't understand who it is or what the lore is there. The spirit inside that animatronic possesses the blonde, and then you see it in her eyes that she's possessed, and then it cuts to credits.
Oh, so it's like an X-Men Days of Future Past ending.
Yes. The
That's a better
animatronics
movie.
might have less screen time in this one than they did in the first one.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know why we keep doing that. Like, you already have them built.
They look cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That's my big positive about the first one, is that they look great and they're designed by the Jim Henson Company.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some lore, but this is written by the same. So, Robert, because I don't know if you've seen either of them. The first one is written by the creator of the game and another guy. This one is just written by the creator of the game, and you can tell because it expects you to know a bunch of shit, which I have always said isn't a bad thing. Like, I don't mind when a franchise that I'm into expects me to know things going in, but there's a way to do that and a way not to do that. This movie is incomprehensible unless I just missed something, and I just
Well,
It's
they're
gonna
not
make
just
100
alienating average viewers.
yeah, it's gonna make a few $100 million at the box office because all the nostalgic people, and I'm happy for them if they liked this one. It seems like reception is worse than the first one. I don't
Critical
know.
reviews were definitely worse, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
made a couple $100 million. Like, it's plenty profitable. The fans seem to love it. So, like you said,
I
good for
just
them.
watched it for this list. If I can avoid it, I will not be watching the third one. How do you
Yeah,
waste
the,
Matthew
uh,
Lillard?
The Matthew Lillard having a son thing, I know, is a thing in the game, so I'm not surprised that they revealed it here.
Yeah, I think Austin's right. You need like a writer that's not attached to those games to just come in and cut down
And
some of the
adapt it.
lore and adapt it. Like,
Not just have a Five Nights at Freddy's explained video stretched out to 2 hours.
yeah. Although I will say, at least there's nothing in this movie as cringy as the first one when Matt Pat shows up and drops his, "Well, that's just a theory," bullshit.
That's the most embarrassing thing ever.
That's all I've got to say about that. It wasn't good.
That's all I've got to say about that.
It's true. No, Noah, what
my,
is your worst horror movie of the year?
Well, this is anticlimactic because we already talked about it, but Prom Queen is my
Oh.
number one. Yeah, it's the movie that annoyed me the most.
Honestly, I
And-
respect it.
Yeah, it's the movie
Yeah.
I watched this year that annoyed me the most, and like you, I don't remember any of the kills in it. I don't. It is the most. It's like if AI made a slasher movie set at a prom.
Well, and I don't
That's
know
what
if
I
you've heard about this, but there's a rumor going around that Netflix has a new policy for its screenwriters that they have to assume that the majority of the audience is looking at their phones or doing something else while watching the movie. And we'll talk about it more. So
Okay.
Hayden and I aren't going to do a video on Volume 2 of Stranger Things. But I felt that a lot in some of the episodes of Stranger Things this season.
Wow.
Ah.
That's not a good sign for the Warner Brothers acquisition.
No,
Nope.
Netflix is such a weird double-edged sword for that, because it's like they'll do that stuff, but at the same time will give like a Guillermo del Toro a shit ton of money to just make the movie they want to make.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
quality
Strange.
is all over the place over
Yeah.
Netflix, but you know they produce some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, those are worst of the year.
Well, Robert hasn't said his yet.
That is true.
Oh shit! That's right. I
Keep
was
up,
like,
no.
all right, let's get this over with. Come on.
Noah's just all out of sorts tonight. You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
That's your cue, Robert.
So my worst film of 2025. This may be disappointing, as it's a film that's already been discussed, but boy, did this piss me off. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025. Holy fuck, this was bad. I am
Wow.
shocked it didn't make John's bottom 5.
I'm
'Cause
kind of surprised about
wow.
that too. I thought it would.
I think if I was more invested in the franchise, it would. But when I'm watching, I'm like, this is really bad. And like I said, I feel like if I was a fan, I would be insulted. But it's not even the worst of that franchise. Like, the third one is still worse.
Yeah, but that's like a 2B quality movie. It shouldn't even count.
That's true. No, I don't know if you know about the third one, but that's the only one that's not connected, like, hardly anyway. But there are multiple scenes that just take place in, like, the Black Void from Halloween Kills for some reason.
I think you told me
It's
about
awesome.
that. Yeah. That's wonderful. That'll be a watch party movie, probably.
Correct. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad as something like Black Christmas 2019, which we discussed recently, but at least that movie's more memorable.
That's true.
This movie, like, it comes so close to being just a straight up farce that I could respect it, but it's not stupid enough. Like,
No.
it's too stupid to be good, but it's not stupid enough to be enjoyable as, oh, this is bad on purpose. Like, this is a parody, which at times feels like it's going what it's going for, but it's like, if the idea of this movie was to just, hey, let's just legacy sequel the first one, play it completely straight, but make it as stupid as possible, make fun of this whole legacy sequel trend, I could respect it. But there's too many moments in the movie where it's trying to be funny. Like, there are actual jokes here that don't land. I have a real identity crisis with this movie.
I could not deal with that main girl, Madeline Klein's character. And part of that is because I've heard that actress in interviews and she's also dumb. Well, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summer walked so Scream could run.
Yeah.
But so, because no, you haven't seen it. She is the most like new age, what an old person thinks a teenager is or young adult is. Like she has all these. Help me out here, Robert, because you might remember some of this more than I do. But she has like. She keeps going on about vibes and like the feng shui of rooms and shit like that, and I'm like,
oh, I'm already deleting a lot of this movie from my brain.
The big callback that really just I couldn't believe they did that is the "What are you waiting for?"
Yep. Yeah. So for the first like half of this movie, I wasn't hating it. I was like, okay, this is mediocre. It's just another one of these. Like it was mildly irritating, but first 2/3 of this movie wasn't pissing me off or anything. It just wasn't good. The last third of this movie really falls off a cliff. and I this movie gives up so hard in the last 10 minutes that like it was kind of mind-blowing how hard this movie gives up. And I heard there were reshoots, which totally tracks. Like Noah, one thing we didn't discuss is so it does the Scream thing where there's two killers, one of which is Freddie Prinze Jr., who dies in a
Forgot about
very
the second one.
anticlimactic way. He has an accomplice who dies. She falls off a boat, so you know she's not really dead. So he says in the climax of the movie, like, is she really dead? And then the final scene of this movie is our two survivors having like a casual chat, and one of them's like, "Oh, by the way, she might actually still be alive." Oh, really? That's fucking crazy. And like that's how the movie ends. Like I'm
That's
not
crazy,
joking.
dude.
And it sounds like a parody, but most of the movie is not that. It's just like you're just waiting for okay, there's gonna be a big jump scare or something. No, she just never comes back. You just have a couple of characters say, "Oh, she's probably alive." I don't know. And
Anyway.
some other things that pissed me off that John didn't mention. I don't remember if it's Freddie Prinze Jr. or another killer, but they talk about nostalgia in the movie, and one of the killers says, it's either the killer or the hero. I don't remember, but somebody at the end of this movie
I
says,
think it's the hero. It's No, you know what it is? It's Jennifer Love Hewitt, because she says that, and then her very next line of dialogue is a callback to the original movie.
yeah, and what she says.
It's smart, John. They subverted it.
What she says specifically, Noah, is nostalgia is overrated. Yeah.
And
then I think that's what she says right before and then what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Yeah.
And oh my god, so yeah, like
my brain combusted when that happened.
So I like the original I Know What You Did Last Summer more than John does. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. But yeah, if you love that movie, this isn't for you because this will piss you off. If you hate that movie, I
don't think you're gonna like this one either.
Yeah, it's just that movie again for most of it.
No, because I agree with you. The first 2/3 is like, okay, we're hitting all the beats. This is just a soft reboot. And then it goes into what the fuck territory.
It's really sad because, you know, Freddie Prinze Jr., he's semi-retired. He doesn't do a lot of movies anymore. And he was asked at the premiere why he did this. And he talked about the director and getting this great wild pitch and signing on for the movie before there was a finished script. And that's really unfortunate because, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. But in a more fun version of this movie, I don't know, like, he's good in the movie. Like, he's trying. He's hamming it up. And it's nice to see. The Sarah Michelle Gellar cameo is forced as hell, but it's still nice to see her.
That might have been my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, so that's where the movie feels so confused. It's like both like reverential of the original and feels like it hates the original at the same time, and it can't pick a lane. It's very strange.
Well, Robert, I don't know if you've looked up this director, but I just did. She is one of the writers of the hit film Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh.
And that Netflix movie, Do Revenge, a high school comedy version of Strangers on a Train starring Maya Hawke and Camila Mendes. I watched like 10 minutes of that movie and it shut it off.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but okay.
And also, Noah, one of the last lines of this movie, when our two survivors are chatting, like, oh my god, that chick might still be alive. Oh, really? Yeah, that's crazy. Another line is where our protagonist says, you know, all of this could have been avoided if men just went to therapy.
I heard about that, yeah.
It waited until the very end to pull a Black Christmas 2019, and I could not believe what I was watching. So,
yeah.
Yeah, the whole movie.
I went from being indifferent to this movie to going, oh, fuck you. Like,
well, and I think what's my irritation is I think the Freddie Prinze Jr. thing could work in a better film. And I even like the idea of, like, I don't like the whole, you know, if men went to therapy, but of living with this thing and it's been eating at you for so long and finally you snap. I think that's a cool idea. Unfortunately, it's this movie, so it's not handled well. But I don't know.
But and this is also like one of the worst examples I've seen of bringing back legacy characters, specifically like when it's the returning actor and giving them nothing to do. Because Freddie Prinze Jr., he's in like 3 scenes, but he's at least having fun. Jennifer Love Hewitt gets nothing to do in
No.
this movie. She is so wasted. Like it. Remember how everyone complained about Laurie just being stuck in a hospital in Halloween Kills? Laurie gets more to do in that movie.
It's true.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Love Hewitt gets to do it.
Although-
She does nothing in the climax. Like, this is one of the worst climaxes I've ever seen in a
Yeah.
slasher movie. Like, she gets nothing to do.
Which
She
is
talks
really
to
bad considering the killer is her ex-husband.
Yeah, no. The climax of this movie is those two talking to each other for a second, and then the new final girl just shoots him in the back with a harpoon. Like, that's the climax of this movie.
Okay.
There's
She
no
gets
payoff
nothing
for
to
the
do.
like. I don't want to say relationship that's been central to these movies, but it's been like a factor of the first two, and like these characters have history. You wouldn't have guessed that from this movie.
No.
Kind of sounds
It's-
like they just didn't care.
No.
Yeah, it's one of the worst examples of, oh, remember those characters that used to be a couple, whether they're divorced and hate each other now. Okay. I think we've seen this enough.
It kinda
No,
sounds
because it
like-
is yet another. The hero from your movies has grown up to be bitter and old and alone, and their life sucks.
It kind of sounds like everyone in this production thought they were making a Scream movie, not just the main actress.
Yeah. All right.
It's like, oh, we have to be meta.
I'm not done.
Oh. Well. Okay. Okay.
So the mid credits scene of this movie, which also feels like a reshoot, is Jennifer Love Hewitt going to see her friend from the second movie. So that's like a big cameo. Oh my god moment. And her line is, "Who are we gonna fuck up this time?" And Jennifer Love Hewitt says, "I'm so glad you asked that." Like sequel bait next to it. It's like she didn't do anything in this movie. And like we end on like
Oh.
this girl boss moment of who are we gonna
Well,
fuck up
and
this
my
time.
thing
Like,
is,
you didn't do anything.
my thing is, how many people go back to "I Still Know What You Did Last Summer"?
It's really weird. It feels like a completely different movie in that mid-credit scene. I would not be surprised if it was directed by Shane
Hayden,
Dawson.
we have not done the best yet. We're still on the worst.
We're getting there.
And Tyler, I will get to your chat here in a minute.
That's cool though. Like for if they do make a sequel to this, that they tease Jack Black.
Yeah.
They can bring
No.
him back. That's pretty cool.
No, the only way that they will get me to watch another one of these is if they bring back Jamaican Jack Black.
That would have saved this movie if that
Yes.
was the mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
And last thing I'll say on this terrible movie is when John said, you know, like there's a good premise there. You could remake this well. And I think we got it with Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because that is a very similar premise of these teens fucking up, and then we jump a year later and see how their lives are ruined, and then a killer comes after them and picks them up one
Yeah,
by
that
one.
might be
It's
the
like,
better version of that.
it's
I never
just
thought
watch
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although,
I had-
but you didn't say it right. It's Thanksgiving.
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 Yeah, watch that movie's good.
That
This
movie's better.
trash.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I love Freddie Prinze Jr. and like he's trying, he's having
Yeah.
fun. He's like,
That might be the only
God.
thing they got right though, is that his character just kind of fucks around until the third act. That happens in all 3 of the movies that he's in.
yeah, and also like the kills are lackluster, and also it's like as a whodunit, as a reveal, like makes no sense.
I don't even
like,
remember who the sidekick is now.
Yeah. Oh God. And like, there's this really annoying character that John's talked about, like this podcasting chick who's like really into true crime and cares about. So Freddie Prinze
Another one of
Jr.'s
these.
But Freddie Prinze Jr., his character's whole motivation is people forgot about us, people forgot about what happened, and I want people to remember again. And he kills the podcasting chick. It's like, she's doing your job for you. Why'd you kill her? And it's like, and it's one of those like whodunit where it's like the killer isn't just killing people responsible for the tragedy. It's just anybody who's around the killer will just kill for no
Yeah.
reason. And that's what Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character is devolved
Cool.
into. He's just crazy and he'll kill anyone, even when it makes no sense for his plan and end goal. So yeah, fuck that movie.
Well, I'm glad.
I haven't heard
did not
Robert
do
this
my
passionate
homework
since Salem's Lot last
Salem's
year.
Lot.
There's usually one per year.
Which is better?
That was probably better than this.
Okay. Yeah,
Wow.
Hayden, just jump in whenever. We're just finishing up the worst of the year. So I'm going to start with Tyler's bottom of the year. War of the Worlds, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Fear Street Prom Queen, A Woman in the Yard, and FNAF 2, which I think was on all of our lists at some one point or the other.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and read his top 5, which we won't talk about them yet because we haven't gotten there. But his top is Sinners, Frankenstein, Weapons, Bring Her Back, Clown in a Cornfield, and Nosferatu, if it counted Australian release dates, because apparently that just came out this year, but Australian release dates aren't real, so it doesn't matter. Hope you guys had a good stream. I'm looking forward to hearing these lists. It's been a great year on the channel. The only big ones he missed were Presence. I don't know what that is. Death of the
I need to
Unicorn,
see
The Long Walk, and
Yeah.
Predator Badlands. Oh.
Yeah, that's a ghost movie directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Oh.
I need to see it.
I think I didn't see that. I didn't know that was a thing, but I saw another movie from him this year. Did he do The Black Bag?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. That was him.
I
Forgot
didn't
about
really,
that.
I didn't really care for that.
Yeah, still gonna watch the Oceans movies and all that. He's
Oh,
weirdly done
I have
a
heard of
bunch
this. I
different
forgot
genres.
about it.
Yeah,
Huh.
the ghost.
Adon,
Hadan.
are you ready?
Here.
Boy, I said Hadan, are you ready?
Well, we
We'll give him a
might
minute.
have to start without him.
I'll give him a minute to respond because there is a delay. I like how he asked, like, I could jump in on the best and that, but didn't, like, stick around for the answer.
He's a silly
Well.
guy.
He's probably busy.
No.
Robert, rant about I Know What You Did Last Summer some more. To fill time.
Yeah, the kills aren't very good. All the characters are very dumb. Including
But
the
Robert,
killers.
I wasn't talking about the podcaster. I was talking about the main girl, who gets the letter, because she's like very new
Yeah.
age. What an old person thinks young people are like.
Yeah, she's trying, but it does not ring true.
Oh,
I think
other
the only
thing I was gonna say-
podcaster. I think the only podcaster character I've liked in a horror movie recently is Terrifier 3, and that's because she dies.
Well, it's always the same
Yeah.
trope that they make podcasters unlikable on purpose just so they die.
Yeah.
Like so many movies have done that.
Yeah,
Can we get like a good podcaster?
I mean, if they're all true crime podcasters, it's valid.
Oh, Noah's firing shots.
Got him.
also like the exposition in that movie's rough. Like, you know, you're in trouble when one of the first scenes of the movie is just a bunch of characters getting together. Like, oh, I thought you were dating this character, but now you're dating this person, and I'm dating this person. And yeah, we haven't been talking since this thing happened, and it's like, oh my god, like, it to us so much exposition so quickly.
Stop! I need a board.
Like a
It'll be
fucking
like
flow
Charlie and
chart.
Doug's Always Sunny episode. Yeah. Yeah. The thing I was gonna say earlier is it's funny that they have that men need to go to therapy line when one of the other killers was a woman.
Yes. That made no sense. I was like, what are we doing?
Hadan.
But
No.
yeah. No, I think the implication is like, well, she was corrupted by Freddie Prinze Jr.'s characters. Like, it's still a man who's responsible for
Oh,
all
okay.
the bad stuff.
That's-
that happens
Of
in the movie.
course.
Of course, my
That's-
lighting is just atrocious. It's bad.
It's the same
It's
as it
fine.
always is. It's fine. You're good.
Hadan, stop complaining.
No. Stop calling me Hadan. I'm
I like
over
Hadan.
that. Hadan.
It's your native name.
Yeah,
What did I call you? Hadonis. That's your name.
Adonis. Yeah,
Hadan. That's my new.
that's your new
screen
name. Uh, Adon, how was your holiday?
It was fine.
So we all talked about this earlier, and I know you haven't seen a whole lot, but how are you feeling about the state of the horror genre as of 2025?
2025 was I'm usually picky about movies I go see anyway. I didn't see any bad ones in theaters.
Oh,
I missed a few good ones too, but we'll get to that. On the
yeah,
next
you
list.
fraud.
I know. Like one that's probably going to top or be near the top of the 3-year list I haven't seen yet, and I didn't get around to it. But
Guys, he actually hasn't seen Sinners.
It's
Oh
true.
my
this
God.
whole time.
I was on the commentary for that, but
No, you
Yeah,
were
you're-
watching a different
Perfect
movie.
crime.
oh no, I haven't seen Bring Her Back
Oh,
The
or
movie
Good
that
Boy,
Robert hated.
or
Yeah.
Good Boy.
all right.
Destination.
Jesus
No,
Christ, man.
No, but no, but this was a good year for horror movies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
All right. Let's switch it up again. And so, Hayden, we're doing it from least best to best.
Yeah.
Okay. Hayden, what is your least bestest movie of the year?
So good but not bestest. My number 5, I have Companion.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
What of
We
our
talked
honorable
about that
mentions?
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie quite a bit. I saw it once in theaters, and I've seen it once on streaming. I don't own it yet, but I'll probably pick up the 4K.
He's seen it one more time than I have.
I like that movie quite a bit. Jack Quaid's really good in it. I can't think of the main girl's name right now, but she's good in it.
Sophie Thatcher, I think.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which she's also in. She's in Maxine
Yes.
briefly, and then something else. But
Oh, I
The
forgot
Book
she's
of
in
Boba
Max.
Fett.
oh no,
No.
Oh, she
Wait,
was
wait,
in
wait,
Book
wait.
of Boba Fett.
oh
Yeah.
no,
That's
She's on
embarrassing.
the bike.
she's one of the Power Ranger
Power
bike
Rangers.
kids.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. No, I thought that was a really cool
That's very
movie,
unfortunate.
and so we are doing full spoilers. However, we'll try to take it easy on Bring Her Back because you haven't seen that, and that is a movie that should be experienced as blind as possible.
Okay.
No, I thought Companion was an interesting, even without the AI stuff, just kind of subversion of some of the like horror slasher tropes.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was good, and it was cool to see Jack Quaid play like a bad guy that I thought was actually like scary.
Oh yeah, not in Scream 5.
Yeah, where he's an average Reddit user.
Well,
The Redditor.
the Redditor.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about Companion? Because we've talked about it, but if you have anything to say, go for it.
No, I don't. Not really. I don't think.
Okay. Robert, what is your number 5?
My number 5, what I'd say for me was the most fun horror movie of the year, is Final Destination: Bloodlines.
Hey.
Had a great. This just made my top 5 just for being so fun. I
It
really dug
is.
the tone of this movie. It's very assured. The irreverent dark comedy just really clicks in this one. It takes a lot of the elements of the other sequels I like and mostly refines them in this, and it's just a good time.
It's a good movie.
It does have some CGI issues. Not all the CGI is great, but it's not the worst CGI in this franchise, as we discussed earlier.
No.
And overall, there are enough like creative, fun kills make up for that. And yeah, just for the sake of variety, this makes my top 5 just for how fun this movie is, because the through line of 2025 was a lot of sad horror movies, and my top 4 are a lot of sad horror movies that are very emotional, but this is just a good fun time,
Oh,
Nice.
even though a lot of people die.
The people that die.
these are the
Oh yeah,
people
that song
die.
would have fit this movie well.
Yeah.
But,
No, I really like that. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. That's a movie you can't really I don't spoil too much because it's really just about the kills.
Mhm.
No, it's probably it's my second favorite Final Destination movie. I still think I like 3 a little bit more. But it's good.
and no sequel bait. It's just another one. If they never make another one, it's great.
No, it ironically has just the most Final Destination-esque ending.
Because 5, what I love about 5 is it's a much better wrap up for that franchise than 4 was. So
That's an
5 has
understatement, sir.
Yep. And then this also feels like a wrap up, especially with one particular character, and it's just very satisfying. Yeah.
Well, and what's funny, because you were talking about this with I Know What You Did Last Summer, where at times that feels like parody. This feels like a satire of these legacy reboots, but like actually
Done
a
well.
satire and
Yep.
done well.
It's actually funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's gross, but like in a good way. Like there's a couple of those where I was like, oh my god. Ow. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
That's not something that I could go in depth about. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's not an especially deep movie.
Yeah.
That's why you hate it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Boo.
It's no Silent Night,
Ooh.
Deadly Night, but
But what is?
You're right.
it's true.
It's better.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm gonna freak out.
I still haven't seen the Silent Night Deadly Night remake. That's out, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't either.
Oh yeah, it is.
I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I keep forgetting that it's out.
My theater didn't get it, so I wasn't able to see it.
Damn.
Yeah.
All
Good
right,
casting though for the main character.
Noah, what is your number 5?
All right, my number 5, and I thought that this would be controversial, but judging by some of the takes that you guys have had so far, I guess it's not that controversial. But only at number 5, pretty low on the list for me, is Weapons.
Cool.
No.
I thought it was great. I loved most of it. I love how it was structured, and I think that the director Zach Kreger said that he took a lot of inspiration from like those movies that have giant ensemble casts, like something like a Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia, that like where you change focus on different characters and then they all intersect, and I could really see that influence in here. And I really like most of the characters in this movie, particularly Julia Garner and Josh Brolin, because they're multi-layered and they're not especially like likable people. Like they're interesting and they're sympathetic, but they are deeply flawed people, and I think both of those are the two like standout performances
Mhm.
for me. Well, actually, it's them and the junkie guy. He was my other
Yes,
favorite
yeah.
character.
He's good.
Great.
He was great. Yeah, so like John was talking about earlier, my big hang up with this is at a certain point near the end, it kind of reaches to a halt and ends up just being real, for lack of a better word, handholdy. Like, yeah, I get what's happening. I've been following the movie so far, so I already kind of figured it out. But then we have to go back and explain everything in great detail. It does pick up again right at the end, though,
Yes.
because the ending is fantastic.
We didn't talk
It's-
about that. But yeah, Hayden, this made it. This got an honorable mention from me. It didn't make my
Okay.
best of or worst of. I think the actual like final bit with the kids just like going crazy is awesome. But
Yes.
man, that segment where you're following Gladys is so just. What are we? Why is this here?
It doesn't kill the movie for me, but I'm with you that it's the worst part. It's the weakest aspect for me. I think right now I'm on Team Barbarian. I think that's the better movie. I
It
just think
is.
paced better, structured better.
It doesn't have to stop to hold your hand and explain what's happening.
I mean,
But this was
they have
but this
similar
was still very
structures.
good.
We'll get to it.
Oh,
But that's my number
Hayden's gonna
5,
freak out
Weapons.
on us.
John, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Good Boy. I thought this was a
Oh my God.
Hey.
I thought this was a really fun little horror picture with a clever idea. The dog is awesome. Like he was one of the, and I don't think people are memeing when they're saying that this is one of the best performances of the year.
It is.
This is an idea.
He's amazing.
This is an idea that should have crashed and burned. Like on paper, I think this is a dumb idea, but you had a talented cast and crew that made it work. And I think what's really surprising is at the end of the day, I was emotionally invested by the end, and I felt bad for certain things that happened. No, I thought this was just a really solid little movie that shouldn't have worked but did.
I have not heard people rave this much about a dog performance since I Am Legend.
No, he's
It's wild.
he's genuinely really good.
Good
But
boy.
John, if I can ask you this, because you were complaining earlier about how every James Wan movie at some point becomes The Shining. Did you feel like that a little bit with this? I know it's not a James Wan movie, but there's parts of it that reminded me a bit of The Shining.
There's a little influence, but the structure is so different. And all it really has in common is just the possession angle. Like, because the dog is the main focus, I didn't get that as much. But there's definitely some, like, influences there. But they're able to put their own spin on it. A lot of the times in, like, James Wan movies, he just recreates shots from The Shining, which is what is annoying.
Yes, that's true. They don't pull any specific visual elements from The Shining in this. But,
Boy,
I
you've got
did
the
get those vibes a
shinnin'.
bit. You've got the shinnin'. But yeah, no, I mean, a horror movie from a dog's point of view is inherently, I think that's just a great premise, and it's inherently gonna get me sympathetic to the main character.
And see, I don't have that inherently just because I like dogs.
Because you hate animals.
Yeah, no. I like dogs, but like I don't get upset over them in movies because I know nothing's really happening to them. But they really won me over and like made a case for this.
Depends on the movie.
Well, you know, Friday the 13th did nothing wrong. Okay, so now that should have been everyone's number 5. Hayden, what is your number 4, sir?
My number 4 is Predator Badlands.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
A movie the rest of us agree doesn't count as a horror movie, but we'll allow it.
Oh well, I'll change it.
Ooh.
No, it's
Do you
fine.
even have another movie to put on there?
Yeah, I do. I can. I'd have to move companion
don't
to
have to.
4. I'll move companion to 4, and I have another one for 5. If you want me to not count
no,
Badlands.
it's
I mean, talk about Badlands first.
You can do whatever you want.
it's
Yeah,
do everyone. It's your list.
It barely
Yeah.
counts as a horror movie, but I like it a lot.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
great
fun.
Movie. We don't get action adventure movies like that anymore.
Mhm.
But it's
No.
part of a horror franchise, so I think it counts.
Yeah, that's why we mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'll flip it around if you want.
no,
Well, just to mention, what was the other movie that?
Toxic
made you
Avenger.
Okay, nice.
yeah,
Which
cool.
I've not seen yet. So
Toxic Avenger would
Yeah.
have been my 5, and Companion would be my 4. So if you're in the camp that Badlands doesn't count, just do that. But
Yeah, well, it's fine.
yeah. Well, I
Well,
wasn't here, so I didn't hear the rules.
No, you're fine. Well, if somebody'd show up on
It's all
time.
good.
I was busy,
No.
and I hadn't seen any of the bad ones, so I wasn't just gonna sit here for
Yeah,
an
you
hour.
should have.
Well,
Scroll on your phone.
what?
God, we've been at this for 2.5 hours. We're just getting to the good ones.
No.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Journey.
Hayden, did you have anything else you want to say about Badlands? Like any pros, cons?
No, when I realized what it was at the start of the movie, I was kind of scared. I'm like, oh, is this just gonna be like generic action movie? And it kind of is, but that's weirdly what I like about it because it's a Predator movie that is not structured like a Predator movie, and I like it.
Yeah,
Like
I
think
can
it's
see
really
that.
Cool.
I'm excited to see it.
No, and John hasn't seen it, so I won't spoil anything. But
All right. Robert, what is your number 4?
My number 4, a movie that I don't think has come up at all tonight so far, is 28 Years Later, a movie I really loved most of. I love how weird and different it is. I love the way it looks. I love the premise and the coming of age story here. Ray Fiennes is wonderful in it. It's very emotional. I loved most of this movie, just not high on the ending.
Yeah, see, I thought the ending was fine.
No, and it didn't kill the. If it weren't for the ending, this would have been a lock for like top 3 for me. But as is, it's at number 4. There's a nervousness to it of okay, I need to see how the rest of this trilogy plays out
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that could hurt this movie in hindsight. The one hope I have with the ending is an actor who shows up who was amazing in Sinners. So I'm like, well, I'm looking forward to seeing more of that guy because I've seen Sinners. So that's exciting, but it's just the tonal whiplash of it just didn't land for me. And if I had to be more specific and say like if I could change one thing about the ending, it's the music specifically. For a movie that takes a lot of big weird swings, that was one that just didn't gel for me. Like I just didn't care for the music choice at the end. I was like, yeah, this feels like a different movie and isn't like on paper. I don't hate what's going on. Like if you have to sequel bait, it's like on paper I think the ending is fine. It's just that music and that tonal whiplash that just didn't land for me, but I otherwise loved most of it.
That ending is something I feel should have just been a post-credit scene.
I agree.
And there's like a perfect cutoff point where before the crazy shit happens, it could have cut to black and the credits started, and then you could have had the rest be a post-credit scene. I've warmed up to the ending overall as time's gone by, and I think I'm just at the big, like you mentioned, Robert, I'm at a wait and see point with the rest of the trilogy. I need to see how that pans out. I can see myself being okay with the ending if the rest of the trilogy is great, but yeah, I mean, I loved 28 Years Later. That's on the list. Spoilers. I won't reveal where it is, but
So
absolutely adored it.
I will say that is not on my list. It should have made my honorable mentions if we'd gone a little longer on those, but I liked it. I'm with you that I need to see how the other 2 movies come. Their end. It might be my favorite of the 3 because, like, I like the first movie. I don't think it's like a masterpiece like some do. My big frustration is you made us wait like 2 decades for this, and all we get is the first part of a trilogy. Like, just make a movie.
And I think it's a mostly satisfying, self-contained story.
But here's where I'm going to argue with you. It's not that it's not a self-contained story. It's that when they pitched these, the big thing was we're bringing back Cillian Murphy and all that. But you don't get that in the first movie. You have to wait till the second movie.
Well, they didn't sell this movie on Cillian Murphy.
No, unless you thought the zombie guy in the trailer was him.
Funny.
Well, okay, I miss speaking on that. But I mean, one of the first things that I heard was that at some point
Yeah.
they wanted to bring him back for this, and then I heard trilogy, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, and if you're
Yeah.
expecting him to be in this, you're going to be disappointed.
So real quick, this is off topic. However, I just saw this and it's very exciting. We were just talking about his other movie, but Barbarian is finally getting a physical media release.
Yay!
Criterion has stepped in, and
Oh,
we are getting
shit.
Barbarian through Criterion, which is beautiful.
That's kind of funny that that's on the Criterion Collection.
No, that's awesome.
I was kind of expecting Arrow or like
I didn't
Sounds
know it
great
didn't
back here.
have one. I didn't know it didn't have
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's been
Yeah,
a big
no.
thing. Is
It-
he cannot get anybody to sign off on a release of that, and I guess Criterion is stepping in to do it. And I just love the fact that Barbarian will be in the Criterion Collection. It's
I
beautiful.
mean,
It'll
they
join-
put out weird shit. I respect
it'll
it.
join the ranks of The Rock and Armageddon.
Yeah,
Those
Barbarian
movies are
might be the
Criterion.
best, might be the second best movie in the Criterion Collection.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
After what?
House.
Or
Houseu.
yeah, Houseu.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, Night of
Night
the
of
Living Dead.
Silence of the Lambs doesn't count anymore because other people have moved on and put other releases of that.
Seven Samurai.
Godzilla versus Biollante.
I
The original
said
Godzilla.
I said what I said. No, Night of the Living Dead is I think the best movie that I've seen them release, but
This is Spinal Tap.
shut up, Hayden. Alright, so we were on 28 Years Later, which is Robert's pick. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, that's pretty much it.
Noah, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is a movie we already talked about a little bit, but it's Together, weirdly enough.
Oh.
That was my number 4.
Damn.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it mostly because it was a pretty well done relationship drama that used body horror to tell the story. I didn't find any of the characters annoying because that premise could go so wrong easily but I didn't find any of the characters to be annoying. I kind of understood where they were both coming from in the conflict. And I think they have good chemistry, part of being like they're a real life couple.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was really solid. I get the substance comparisons just because they're both body horror movies, but like I said before, they're very different movies just because they're in the same genre. I don't think we have to compare them too much. And what I think this does with body horror is effective enough. And it's not the giant like sledgehammer beating you over the head that The Substance was with that.
No, but I do
But
think
yeah,
it is.
What you're saying is this is a better movie than The Substance. That is your thesis.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not
that
what
wasn't
The
even his favorite movie of last year because he's a fraud.
It was my number 3. It was on the list.
Yeah, this is my top 3.
So no, I will fight you a little bit in saying I think it is completely fair to compare two body horror films. And yes, they're doing different things, but they're in the same subgenre and same space. Yes, they're saying different things, but one of them has better body horror, like actual body horror, I would say.
Yeah, I mean that's fair that you feel that way. I think they both work for what they're
Well,
doing.
I'm not saying that one is like bad or not or good. I'm just saying I think it's
Yeah.
fair to compare the actual, for lack of a better term, substance of the body
Yeah.
horror.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. It's because the body horror in this wasn't very effective for you, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I did find it personally effective.
We found Noah's phobia merging with someone.
Yeah, I hate people, so my biggest fear is becoming one person with another person. And also with The Substance, like that movie is really good, but I think my big like that wasn't my number 1 last year because it did get a little too gross for me at parts, but
No,
that's a personal
Understand.
taste thing.
no, you bastard.
No, I thought that movie wasn't gross enough because people overhyped it for me, and then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen grosser.
No. Ya freak.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen Audition. That freaks me out more than the
oh
substance.
god. Ugh.
Oh, and I haven't seen that yet.
We'll make
Those are some
no.
very different movies.
I know. I'm just saying. You've seen one, you're kind of.
No, I need to be there when you watch Audition. That will. I'm
Okay.
I'm not
I'll let
exaggerating
you know.
when I say that movie changed me.
It's a mind altering film.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before.
No, is there anything else you would like to say about Together?
Nope.
Alright.
We can
My-
move on.
My number 4 is one we've talked to death on, so I'll just say it and then we'll move on. Mine is Final Destination 6. I was tempted to put it a little higher because I would go back to it more than at least one other movie on my list, but it's like quality versus fun. Take your pick. But no, I love this movie. It's my second favorite Final Destination movie, and I think it has some of the best kills of the year. As it should. Hadan.
Very fun.
I fought a little bit over my 3 and my 2. They're kind of even for me, but I'm gonna go with where I originally put it. My number 3 is the feel-good picture of the year, The Long Walk.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a good movie.
I
Really
love
good
that movie.
picture of the year.
I love The Long Walk. I was reading the book before it came out, which I didn't get around to finishing, but I love the movie. I had issues with the ending. Thinking about it more, I think it works. When I first walked out, I was like, I don't know about that ending, but I think I've come around on it, and it's just the character stuff is so good. It's King, so he's really good at characters. He's really good at like young men talking like realistically.
Like young men. Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's just cool. I like that movie a lot.
Well, and I think it
Hayden's
helps
like-
that is.
I like when young men talk like men.
Well-
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
But I will say that I don't think Stephen King is always the best at making people sound like people.
Yeah, but he
Uh,
is. Well, yeah, you gotta translate it a little bit.
But in the case of that book, I think it helps that is one of the first things he writes when he is a young man, and it's one of his most personal, like visceral works. And I
hey,
think
Jareth,
really
how's it
shows
going?
in the movie.
Jared says hello, everyone.
Hello.
No,
Jareth.
it's just a really good movie, and it made me uncomfortable in the theater.
It is the most engrossing that I've ever seen walking in
Yeah.
a film.
I will say the way the walking shot started to give me a headache by the end of the movie
Oh,
because the
I didn't-
camera's kind of moving with the walking.
I didn't have that.
I
but
kind of
that's
wish
fair.
I had the opportunity to go to one of those theaters where you had to walk on like a
3 miles.
treadmill.
Yes.
You had to walk
Yeah.
3 miles. an
Oh
hour,
god,
and
that
you
sounds
had
like
to
a
leave.
nightmare.
You had to leave if you
Yeah,
went below 3
but
miles an hour.
But that's so cool.
Okay, so because we've all seen The Long Walk, I think at this point. Who was your saddest death?
You guys go, and then I'll.
Besides
Forget his
the
name.
besides the obvious, it's that kid that like twists his ankle and then keeps going.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that the kid who was writing the book?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the glasses.
Yeah,
And like his ankle just it's like it's fucked. Like there's no
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna nitpick the movie, that is one of the few places where I'm like, okay, bullshit. It's like you see him twist his ankle, and then we jump like 6 hours later, and he's still walking. I'm like, no way. Like,
Mr.
the
Nitpick over here.
I also I don't particularly buy walking while sleeping, but that's
Yeah, I thought they made believable enough, and I don't know. I haven't tried it,
Try it right now.
but
you should
I
have a
don't-
long walk.
since we're in spoilers, I don't remember the character's name, but the guy who like tries to fight back, and then they shoot him in the stomach and
Yeah,
leave
just
him
leave
to
him there.
die. That's one of the most fucked up ones in the movie because they don't put him down. They're just like, nope, just let him suffer
Yeah.
and die slowly. So that's fucked up. Yeah, brutal movie.
Brutal.
Very brutal.
And what I appreciate about it, it's never compromising. Like they don't take it easy on anyone.
No.
No. And
Alright.
the performances are great.
It-
David Johnson is like amazing, and
He's
I've
the
seen him
MVP, yeah.
I've seen him in 2 movies, and he's the best part, maybe the best
Yeah.
part of both.
It's true.
Yeah.
And Cooper Hoffman's really good too.
Yeah, they're both great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
How do
great.
you feel about flipping from the book where in the movie it's McVrees that wins?
The ending ultimately works for me. I also had to mull it over for a while. It was, and I can still say that it's probably like my least favorite part of the movie. I
Yeah,
don't
me too.
love the ending, but I think it works. And I'll also say, not saying that you thought this, Hayden, but to anyone who thought it was like a forced like happy ending Hollywood ending, I don't think that's what it is at all. Like
No,
it's
I
still a downer ending.
People are saying that. What?
What?
I heard, yeah.
It's a huge downer ending.
Yeah.
Have you been on
Feel-good
Twitter
movie
again?
here.
I love the ending.
I haven't read the
I
book.
think it works.
I haven't read the book, but just like knowing that on paper versus the movie, I think the movie it works better for that medium because it's more of a gut punch that this kid has died because we've set up the stakes. You know, his dad is gone, now his mom's gonna be all alone.
hmm
It works for that like more downer ending they're going for.
I also think if he won, it makes the other character kind of not useless, but he was just kind of there to serve Cooper Hoffman's character arc. So I'm glad it kind of subverted my expectations right at the end there.
Subverted your expectations.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a dark ending for Pete or McFreeze, because it's like he's the most optimistic, like positive character of the movie, and then to see him kind of snap at the end and go
Yeah.
that dark, like it's not framed as like, oh, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Also,
it's a
I mean,
bummer.
I was reveling a bit in like the revenge of it because like once that happened and he was like they can like ask for his prize now. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna shoot Mark Hamill. Yes.
And okay, that I think was my biggest hang-up with the movie, where I was just like, I don't know if I believe that this would go down like this. I don't know if I believe they would let this happen, but I'm ultimately fine with it. It's you have, and I think the movie mostly works for this. It's just you really have to believe that Mark Hamill's character is like the most arrogant, overconfident piece of shit who's done this many times, and I think the movie mostly succeeds in being consistent with that it's like, okay, because he's like, he literally says at the end, like, he's not gonna throw this away after everything he's been through. Like, he's not, oh shit, he did it.
No, shit, he did it. Yeah, I was fine with all that.
Yeah. Oh, it's
But
just
yeah.
a good movie.
Yeah, feel good.
movie.
And you know, Hayden's joking, but it's like you so buy like the bonds that form between these characters.
No, like it's
like-
legitimately it's a good horror movie, but also just one of the best dramas I've seen in years.
Mhm.
it's genuinely heartwarming in places. You really believe the relationships between these guys. And
You'll
it's
really believe
nice
a
to
man can
watch.
fly.
It's
I
true.
really believe a man can walk.
Well, that was the original ending. Is Pete was actually gonna blast off to the moon in his rocket boots
Holy shit.
that his friend Alan made for him,
They
That's
they
cool.
fly now?
They fly now.
but they changed.
Alright. Robert, what is your
It's
number
my turn.
3?
My number 3. So we can finally. Well, I guess we won't talk about it more. Well, I guess we will if we've all seen this. My number 3 is Weapons, which I seem to like more than you guys. I loved
I
Weapons.
hated it.
It's
Did.
bullshit.
Uh, I
always
like-
hated it.
I liked Weapons more than Barbarian. They're both very good.
So what we're hearing is you're a
Weapons-
fraud.
Sure, yeah. The
I
story,
would say, to be fair, that does seem like the general consensus.
yeah. People
It seems
seem
like more
The
people
general
are liking
consensus is a fraud.
Well, and
Oh.
Barbarian's great, and we talk about this a lot with something like From Dusk Till Dawn with that genre switch, and that's something I really respect Barbarian for, is that it's such a different movie. In the back half, that's just a case where I just prefer what the first half was. And with Barbarian, well, what Hayden had with the substance, I think I had more with Barbarian, where it was just so overhyped. And once you get past the initial shock value, my reaction was more like, oh, it's this movie. Okay, I've seen this before.
Fair enough.
It's a creepy old naked lady. We've seen.
I
that
mean,
a
I'm just
lot.
messing with you. You don't actually have to
recent years.
justify your opinion. I don't care that much.
But
Okay,
no, like,
John.
no,
Fuck off,
Barbarian's a very good movie. Weapons was just a story that clicked with me more. I really loved the ensemble and the structure. The third act didn't bother me as much as it bothered you guys. I like Glass a lot. She's hilarious and terrifying. I love that actress, who apparently is married to Ed Harris in real life, so that's interesting.
Oh,
And
cool.
Noah, you said you had like third act issues with it, but it won you back with the ending, because the ending is a really big swing, and that seemed really divisive
Yes.
with people. Like, it goes
I love
full
it.
Evil Dead at the very end, and for me it was cathartic.
Yeah,
I love
me too. There were people laughing at it in my theater,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they were laughing like with it or at it.
Yeah.
Either way, like I think that's a good
Good time.
response. Like, yeah.
I found it very cathartic, and the last line of this movie I think is fucking perfect. Where we go back to the narration of the kid talking about like what happened next with all the other kids, and some even eventually were able to talk again. And it's just like the
Yeah.
perfect. It's so that quote is so loaded and heavy, and just the perfect summation of this whole movie and what it's about, and this just fucked up shit that these kids go through, and then how do you move beyond that. What I took from the movie is neglect from parents, and too often, tragically, just the shit kids have to deal with, and then who then have to go to school and act like everything's fine and not talk about it. That's why the third act didn't lose me as much that you lost that guy, you guys, because I was so with the kid and his POV, and it's like, oh fuck, like it's this kid who's just in this horrible home life situation, living with this literal monster, and then he has to go to school and act like everything's fine and not talk about it, and that's so
Yeah.
messed up. And there's a lot of different reads you could have on that, like being a kid with parents who have substance abuse problems, or having to take care of your parents at a very young age, or in his case having a horrible nightmare of a relative who ruins his life. And
Yeah.
so I was with it the whole time, and yeah, what's her name, Julia Garner, the
Garner,
lady
yeah.
who's in a bunch of movies, as we talked about in 2025. That's easily her best performance of the year, and she gets a lot to do. And Josh Brolin's great, and yeah, I really loved a lot of that movie. So yeah, that is why Weapons is my number 3.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Cool. My number 3 we've already talked about, and we're going to keep it light because Hayden hasn't seen it. But my number.
Is it Noah's turn? Who's
Oh wait. No, I don't
my
know.
turn.
Sorry, I don't know. No, just go.
No.
So
Are you sure? Okay, fine. I'll go. My number 3. I feel like this might also be your number 3, John. Bring Her Back.
That is also my number 3. So
I
Yeah.
knew it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be.
If
All right,
you
so
guys
we'll
want-
just talk about
If,
it.
if you guys
yeah.
want to talk about it, I can leave for like a few minutes.
We talked about it a little bit because it was one of Robert's honorable mentions. So we'll just keep it light and move on.
I think Hayden really wants to go and was like, "This is my out."
No, I will be right back. So if you guys want to talk about it, that's fine.
Okay.
Hayden's never beating those
Okay.
can't sit still allegations.
No, I have to go change the laundry, so I'll.
Go
Uh-huh.
for it.
Sure.
We'll see it.
He's coming right back.
Okay. We can quickly talk about spoilers while he's gone, I guess.
This has one of the most like squeamish, just what the fuck am I looking at scenes with the kid that can't stop eating things.
Yep.
All of that's really hard to watch. So Robert, you talked about earlier your big hang up with the movie is how it ends, and you feel that it maybe lands too sympathetic on her side.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that. I felt that she's a very tragic character, and like I didn't think that the movie was justifying any of her actions. It's I think that was all that all worked for me.
Her performance is amazing. Like, she's wonderful in the movie. I just felt like to quote the great Rocket Raccoon, I was like, everybody has dead people. Like, that does not make you special. I fucking hated this character so much, which is a compliment to the movie. Like, I haven't despised a character this much in a while. Because she is so fucking horrible, and she's manipulative and
She's
awful
very manipulative.
and does such evil shit that I'm like, yeah, I have no sympathy.
But I
for
think
this
what
person.
part of why this movie is so hard to watch, it's not just on like a visceral horror level, like that's definitely part of it, but the fact that she's someone who is gone through such like an awful tragedy, and she's doing these terrible things. It's like it's challenging. It makes you uncomfortable, which I think is the intention.
Oh yeah, it made me uncomfortable. Like, I'm giving the movie credit when I say, yeah, it's fucked up and disturbing.
Yeah.
No, and I'm glad we're doing this back to back with Weapons, because they're about very similar things. You have an
True,
old
yeah.
witch lady antagonist abusing children, and they're both hard to watch. And like, what happens to Gladys at the end of Weapons, I really wanted to see happen to this character here. And it's fine that it didn't go that way. It's like Gladys in Weapons, like, is such a movie character, you know. And I think she's hilarious and great. This character, very real. Like, take all the witch occult stuff out. Like, people like this exist, who are this like psychotic and manipulative and abusive, because the movie's about abuse. And like, people like this exist and are awful. And yeah, her daughter died. That sucks. That's sad. Like, she's still horrible. Like, she does such horrible things throughout this entire movie, and I hated her so much, which is a compliment to the movie.
Yeah. I think the big difference between that is, yeah, she like Gladys is more of a movie character, and that movie gives you the catharsis right
Yes.
at the end of seeing her getting ripped apart. This is not really going for that.
No.
Which is why it's like Weapons is the more entertaining movie.
Yes.
Weapons is honestly the movie I'd rather rewatch over this.
And that's a big reason why it ultimately didn't make my top 5. I'm like, yeah, it's great. I respect it. My top 5 ultimately got there mostly on rewatchability, and Bring Her Back does not have that. I will watch it again. I'm not opposed to watching it a second time, but then I think that'll be enough for me.
Yeah.
Again, I respect it. I think it's very good.
I think I put this over. I think this is the better movie because, number one, I think it's structured better. And number two, I respect it more for going in a different direction.
Yeah, and again,
with
I think that's fine. My hang up was like Oh, after seeing a lot of sad horror movies in 2025, without getting into spoilers now that Hayden's back, this was just a
Yeah.
movie that wanted me to be sad at the end in a way it didn't achieve for me.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
still respect it, and she's still fantastic in the movie. It was, and all like some people watched The Long Walk and thought that was manipulative and it didn't land for them. Be like, movies hit people differently, and I thought Bring Her Back was very good and very well made. It just didn't. I just didn't love it,
All
and
all I will say is that I think this is a really interesting movie, and I like what it's saying about grief and trauma better than 90% of the other things that tried to talk about grief and trauma.
I
The
think
only thing
this
that's holding
would be
it back
the
is
ultimate.
I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah. No, it's not a rewatchable movie. I do think this is maybe the ultimate horror movie about trauma
Real
that we've
quick,
had
Teddy
in the 2020s.
wants to know what movie we're talking about. Bring Her Back, and then he said, "I love Sinners, but I say it's my least favorite of the movie. Just your least favorite movie of the year, just to
Oh.
piss people off." Okay.
so
Yeah,
you're a
outta here.
troll.
Why would you just lie?
You're a
That's
troll.
weird. You're strange.
That's like that's like something like 13-year-old me would have done on the internet.
Yeah,
I'm
and
actually cool, and I didn't like Sinners.
No, you could say that, and I believe you.
Well,
no, and last like positive thing I'll say on Bring Her Back is like the central story with the siblings. All of that worked for me and landed for me. No issues there. It was more the antagonist resolution that I had hangups with. But like the story at the center of it with the siblings, I liked. There's just so much misery on top of it. But whereas Talk to Me, which, like I said earlier, I preferred, Talk to Me just hit that balance for me perfectly, where that has a dark ending. Like, Talk to Me does not have a happy ending by any conventional scene, but for side characters, you do get that catharsis and bittersweet nature, and like that hit the balance perfectly for me, and being both emotional and cathartic in some areas, but as far as our central protagonists go, like that is a dark downer ending, and that all landed
Yeah.
perfectly for me.
These guys are really good at making feel good family movies.
That's true.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
All right. Since that was my number 3 as well, we're back to Hayden. What is your number 2?
my number 2, we don't have to talk about, is Weapons.
Yay!
I love Weapons.
Loved
It's better.
loved
It's
it.
better than Barbarian.
It's not.
It very much is.
It's not.
I like Barbarian is good. Weapons is great.
It's
That's
great
what I
if you like to have your hand held throughout the last third of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And you say that, but Barbarian has a very similar structure. You
Yeah, and I
also
think
it also
Barbarian
stops
also-
to give you the backstory. Like it does the same thing.
I don't think it does. I don't think it spells out as much.
It is.
I'd have
It
to
does
watch
not
again.
spell it out as much as Weapons does.
I also like what Weapons is. I just like, just on a premise thing, Weapons is less generic than Barbarian is by the end, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, it's pretty original.
yeah.
For me, it's just like it's like a grim fairy tale, but updated to modern to 2025, and that's cool.
yeah, and I like it a lot, but we've already yapped about it for a while, so we'll move on.
And we'll yap about it more.
Oh.
No, and
Don't
like
say
you said
that.
with
Why say that?
Well, like I said with Barbarian, it's like once you adjust to that genre switch, and the movie becomes in the back half. I'm kind of with Hayden, where I'm like, yeah, I've seen this before. It's a scary old naked lady. We're doing that a lot now. X is like the best example of that.
Yeah,
I will say, Weapons is a movie I can see myself rewatching a lot
Mhm.
over the years, and maybe it'll go higher in my ranking. But as of right now, I have a few like hang-ups with it. But it's a movie that like is pretty thought-provoking, and like a lot of the themes of the movie like stuck with me after watching it.
Oh.
Oh. But yeah.
Robert, what is your number 2?
good movie.
My number 2 is a movie that has, I don't think, been discussed thoroughly yet, and that is Sinners.
Oh,
Sinners is great.
Oh,
I was not expecting that at your number 2.
yeah. So my prediction uh, completely failed. I was kind of expecting that to be all of our number ones.
You should have bet
You
money
s-
on it. Damn it.
Spoilers for Noah's number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I adore Sinners.
Yeah, it's
Great vampire movie. Fun family picture.
You know, I like what it says about race and traditions and culture.
And it's such a good mix of different it's one of those movie experiences that just gives you so much. You get musical numbers and you get action sequences and you get scary sequences and you get drama. It's just a good blend of all that stuff
You
you
get
want in a
comedy.
movie. You get comedy, and that
I
certainly adds to the rewatchability of
the
it.
post-credit scene where they meet up with the cousin at the end, I think is one of the most emotional movie moments of 2025.
It's great.
I just think it's a beautiful scene.
I think it should just be the ending of the movie. But
Yeah.
that's a nitpick.
Yep.
My
I have that
nitpick,
too.
my only nitpick with that movie is the big like music scene where they're showing like the future and current. I think that's really confusing on a first watch. I didn't know what was happening. I might
It's
have.
a big swing.
Oh, I
but
got it.
I was fine.
I don't think I would cut it. I don't know. I don't. I think that's my
I
least
think
favorite
you
thing in the
need that.
movie.
Especially for the ending, I think you
Yes.
need a bit of that kind of
It
like, hint
really-
of time travel. Like,
It really works in retrospect. And I had that with the vampire stuff too. We talked about this in our commentary where I didn't understand like the hive mind thing we were doing on first viewing, and then on second viewing it just all came together
Clicked,
in
yeah.
that sense for me. Because this Sinners is one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and on first watch I was like, yeah, it was really good. I didn't love it, and on a second watch I was like, okay, yeah, it's all great.
Yeah.
This is a great
That's-
movie.
It's all
that is
good.
the movie of this year that's only grown in my estimation the more I think about it and rewatch it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, besides Final Destination Bloodlines on my list, it's the only movie on my list I've rewatched or have had a chance to rewatch.
Same.
And yeah, it just gets better.
This is my favorite Michael B. Jordan performances. Like I've never thought he was a bad actor,
That's
but
great.
a lot of the times he just shows up and stuff and is like charismatic man. You know, like I really like Chronicle, but he's just kind of third person main character guy in that. Creed is fine, but I don't know, I don't care. This movie,
he's
he's
really
playing
good in
two very distinct, well fleshed out characters, and I think it's two very different performances.
Yes.
yes.
Even if I can't tell them apart sometimes.
Well, one wears blue and the other wears red.
One's blue and red.
It's
One's
really
blue!
easy to follow.
One's blue.
And now they should release a black and white cut to confuse Johnny.
God damn it.
Well, I can tell them apart by the hat at the beginning, and then once they take the hats off.
Yeah. Well, but then one of them becomes a vampire.
Yeah, all I'll say.
I think during the commentary we were at that point, and John's like, "Sometimes I can't tell which one's which," and I'm like, "That one's a vampire."
One
Yeah,
of
but I
them's
can
glow-
never remember which one's smoke and which one's stack.
Smoke is blue.
He's blue.
That was
Smoke
Step Die.
is blue.
But all I'll say is go watch Sinners. It's fantastic. It's that director's
It's a
best
lot of
movie,
fun.
bar none.
Yeah,
Kugler.
Cool.
Great movie. Kugler.
Noah, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is 28 Years Later.
Oh,
Oh my
Um,
god. Very high on your list.
This was really close to being my number 1.
wow.
But the what holds it back for me, a few big things. Like we talked about before, I need the rest of the trilogy. I've been burned on this kind of thing too many times, mainly with Star Wars and Halloween.
28 years
So-
later ends.
Yeah, no, please don't fuck it up. I'm excited for the next one, even though it's a January movie. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, on a filmmaking craft level, I was just like super invested in pretty much all of this movie. I love how it looks. The iPhone cinematography, it's surprisingly really creative. And I like that as a spiritual successor to how the original was made on shitty camcorders. Um, I really dig the score of this movie too, which is by Young Fathers, a great group, and I love the coming of age story in this movie. I like that it's set in this like post-apocalyptic setting. I don't know. I'm able to latch on to that more, just like with this specific story in this setting.
Well, I think stories like that are very well suited for a post-apocalyptic. Like, to go back to
Yeah.
something that Robert and I love a lot, I'd argue The Last of Us is part coming of age. Like, it really is kind of like
Mhm.
Ellie accepting who she is.
And
coming
this
of
has a lot of Last of Us vibes.
correct.
I think I'd say more than the original 28 Days Later, because this one is.
Well, you can tell The Last of
further
Us
into
has
the-
happened in between
Yeah.
movies.
No, this does feel a bit informed by The Last of Us, and I really like that setting of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So, a few of my other hangups, though, while I like the story of this movie, and I like Spike, our main character, and in his overall arc, I do feel like the movie is not paced all that well, and it drags in certain parts, and I do feel like the movie kind of just stops at the end. I like the resolution to his character, like his arc on paper, but I don't know. There's something to. I did have the feeling towards the end of this when I first watched it, where I was like, "Oh, is this really it? Like, is this all we're getting in this one?" So I do have a bit of like mixed feelings on the ending, and then the very ending we already talked about. When I first saw that, I was just like, "What the fuck am I watching?" But yeah, I'm holding out judgment until I get the rest of the trilogy. But for the most part, I really vibed with this movie. It's one of my favorites of the year.
Like you said, it's coming of age, but it's also loss of innocence. Which is interesting, where you have like a character who is born into this nightmare world, but is still has like a somewhat normal childhood or some like semblance of a normal childhood, and then that's taken away from him, and it's just really sad.
You see how shitty his father is?
Yep.
I
Hey,
think-
another good
Because
Aaron
it's
Tyler.
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree that thematically that movie is about boots.
yes.
Boots. Moving
What?
up and down again.
Maybe the best
That-
trailer. We never talk about this, but as far as horror movie trailers go for 2025,
Oh, yeah.
maybe the best one.
That like
So good.
poem or whatever, that reading of it has been like the greatest thing to happen to fan edits in years.
It's beautiful.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
I hope it's good. I'd like to see a zombie resurgence again because I love zombies. If it's good, but I'm still gonna call bullshit that they had to make this a trilogy.
Well, and one thing you gotta give Halloween 2018 credit is that there was no sequel bait, no overt sequel bait. I should like that is still a
In
self-contained
2018?
movie. Halloween 2018,
I don't
like that is a that
That movie clearly shows him escaping the cellar.
it doesn't show him escape. It just
No,
it plays it
just-
vague.
It ends with the breathing and then
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I should
it's
see him
no. I remember the shot that felt like trailer bait is like the granddaughter's like holding the knife.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's just the last shot of the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay,
It doesn't-
but
it
this
doesn't
is
end
a
like-
Halloween movie. That is the cliffhanger of like 6 of these.
I'm gonna stand by that. Like that movie like has an ending, and it doesn't end on a cliffhanger like this movie does. Because Halloween 2018, however you feel about the sequels to that, it does not hurt 2018 for me. Like that movie's still self-contained and complete enough. This movie is in an awkward place where like it ends on a cliffhanger.
Also,
and it's like there's more coming.
this
I'm
is just like a
okay.
dumb complaint. I hate that we're gonna ruin the name scheme.
Well, it makes sense because the sequel's gonna pick up immediately after this.
Which is why I said don't make a trilogy.
28 decades
Yeah, I don't know.
later.
I think, like I said before, I have mixed feelings on it because I think that
Also, the Bone
story
Temple
we
is
get
dumb.
the story we get in this movie is satisfying enough, and I think works as a self-contained movie. I do have. I don't know if it just feels a bit too stretched out, but I do have issues with how it's paced a bit, and and how not really with how it's resolved, but I guess how the yeah, it's hard to explain how it's structured in its resolution.
Only other nitpick I'll throw at it is I don't know if you remember the scene where he leaves the baby with the village and that note. I'm yelling at the screen like, "Hey Spike, maybe don't mention that that's a zombie baby in the note because they're gonna kill that baby."
They're gonna kill the baby.
What are you doing,
Not
Spike?
necessarily. I kind of want to see the scene of them reading that note and then what happens right after, because like I don't know, you could get an argument like the town just argues what happens to that baby.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's gonna be like a plot point or not because I haven't seen the next movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the consensus is we'll see.
we'll
But
see.
like I said, I loved most of it.
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, it might be my favorite of the trilogy. I need to watch it again though. The best part is where just the first like 2 minutes are just 28 weeks later didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Don't think about that. All right, Noah, is there anything else you want to say about your number 2?
New.
All right, we've already talked about this quite a bit, so I'll just say my number 2 is The Long Walk. I loved it. I'm a big Stephen King fan. This is, I think, a contender for top 5 King adaptations at this point, maybe top 10. It's good.
Good movie.
Really good.
And then, so Hayden, go ahead and say your number 1, but I think I can speak for at least 3 of us that I think I know what our number 1 is.
Let Robert go.
Yeah, Robert, go ahead and say your number 1, because I think yours is going to be the only one that is different.
Yeah. Well, my number 1 is The Long Walk.
Oh.
Fucking loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a cool release. I need that.
I need that.
Yeah. This is the 4K steelbook.
Oh,
You know, the glasses change.
Oh my
when you
God.
take the slip.
Oh.
That's
awesome.
okay.
It's just-
I'm
it's just
googling
Mark-
that right now.
It's just Mark Hamill's beautiful face. I love him.
Okay, am I
That's
dumb? That
that's so
doesn't
cool.
look like Mark Hamill.
It really doesn't. It throws me off.
It's definitely him though.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's out of stock.
Yeah, these kind of
God.
things go out of stock quick.
I pre-ordered this immediately because I got burned a couple times this year. I wasn't able to get Superman Steelbook.
I
wasn't
did!
able to
Me
get
neither.
it. You did. I wasn't able to get the Sinner Steelbook,
I didn't.
which looked great.
I didn't.
This I pre-ordered immediately, and
Ah.
I'm very happy I got it, even though it came with a dent in the bottom. Thanks,
Oof.
Amazon.
You and
but,
you and Hadan have like the worst Amazon luck
You
of
really
all
do.
time.
Also, I'm not gonna show them on camera. Might give these away later. I don't know. I've never seen this before. This came with 2 digital copies. I'm guessing
Huh.
one is like Blu-ray quality and
extra.
the other is 4K quality. I'm guessing they don't specify, but I wasn't able to use them because I have to make a Lionsgate account, and I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
that
if-
for one movie.
If you
Like,
decide you don't want those, I'll take one of them because I don't own that movie.
yeah,
If not, that's fine. But
remind me
can't-
after the stream and sure.
Okay.
I can't find a 4K that's not that steelbook.
oh,
That might be an issue. Okay.
Damn. Yeah,
That might be a
the
problem.
regular Blu-rays don't. But yeah. A long walk. We've talked about it a lot tonight, but I fucking loved this movie. Sony wishes they could make a movie that moves me as much as this movie did. I was moved by this one very
You
much
moved.
so. yeah, I had a great theater experience with this, and like we all said, didn't love the ending, but I think it works after mulling it over for a while. But it's about the journey that these
And that's what's
guys
so
go
powerful
on.
about it.
Yep, that's the quote. And I love these characters. I love the dialogue. Like John said, it's got to be one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever made. Very, very happy with it.
Oh, real quick, sorry, Jareth, I meant to read your comment and then we got sidetracked. He said I got to catch up, but from what I've seen this year, it was a real mixed bag for horror. Oh, I disagree. Like, yeah, there's some stinkers. Like we listed some, but the good movies are great.
Yes.
And then Jareth said I did enjoy The Strangers Chapter 2 this year. I
Oh,
I haven't seen it. I
That's
don't
a
have a
big take.
dog in that fight, but you were the only person that I've heard that liked it.
that one never came up because I don't think any of us watched it.
Wasn't chapter 1?
No,
the
I'm
most
really
hated
disappointed
movie of
in you.
last year?
Yeah.
Because I've seen chapter 1 and I felt obligated to see chapter 2, and when it got to the point, I was just like, no.
No, I'm very disappointed in you. All right,
Yeah.
Robert. I hope you don't mind me moving on, but we have talked about The Long Walk like to death at this point.
Very, very happy with it.
Noah, Hayden, I'm going out on a limb here and guessing your number
It's
ones,
Sinners.
but Sinners.
Yeah.
Best
Yeah,
movie,
Sinners.
second best movie of the year, best horror film of the year. I loved it.
Yeah, maybe my third favorite movie of the year overall.
Oh,
It's up
Yeah,
there.
it's up there.
yeah. No. What is your second one? Because I think we're all in agreement, except Hayden that hasn't seen it, that Life of Chuck is the best movie of the year.
Well, no, Life of Chuck is not in my top 5, but I do.
What?
like it.
God.
It's
Oh,
good,
yeah,
but I don't like it that much.
I don't
Noah.
Wow.
Whoa,
Wow.
Hayden, you
No,
okay
man,
over
Noah
there?
just flipped the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
freak
my
out.
number one's One Battle After Another, and my number 2 is Superman.
Oh, okay.
Superman's above Sinners for me, but Sinners is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have Superman at number 3 or 4. But I've also seen it like 6 times, so maybe it should be higher.
Yeah.
I think those are all Warner Brothers pictures too, so I'm a shill for Warner Brothers.
Well,
This has
yeah.
been like the best year Warner Brothers has had in years.
Yeah, and then there's
It's pretty good.
the
Which
finale.
is why this is why
Yeah.
they're selling.
Um,
God damn it.
but yeah, I mean, we talked about Sinners. It sounds like he says that Jared says it sounds like I just missed all the great ones. Yeah, go back and through here, and any of the ones in our top 5 I think are all worth watching. Even if there's some that we like more than others. Robert, I forgot how much you liked The Long Walk. When we started this, I was not expecting you to put that over Sinners, but
Yeah, I thought
I can't really argue. Like, I
was
love
not
that movie.
expecting
It's a
that
good
at all.
movie.
I was kind of waiting for the moment where we all said Sinners simultaneously, and then
Well, Noah
Yeah,
kind of
I-
ruined it. He
yeah.
just like blurted it out. Sinners.
Sinners.
Well, it's very rare I'll love a movie to a point where I'm like, oh, this is one of my favorites of the year. This is it's very rare I'll have that reaction on a first watch. In the case of Sinners, like I really liked it, but I needed a second watch to love it more. The Long Walk was that for me on first viewing. I just had such a
Also,
great
Robert, I just hope
viewing
you
of it.
know that your freak out about I Know What You Did Last Summer has to be a YouTube short. Because that is
I
legendary.
would hope so.
It's gonna be a
It'll,
long
it'll
short.
be a 10-minute long
Yeah.
YouTube short. The long short.
Jared says I missed Keeper. Did anybody see it? No spoilers, please. I saw it, and I think I gave that a dishonorable mention, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like it,
was
but
on
that was just
Twitter.
me.
But no, I was actually I didn't know how much you guys like. I knew Noah's opinion on The Long Walk, but I didn't know like how the whole board felt about that movie. So I thought I might get more pushback on that.
That's crazy.
But and we talked about this way earlier, but I thought there might be some pushback on like how much does it count as horror? Definitely more horror adjacent, but it's disturbing. It's fucked up. It's
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you on that too much.
Yeah.
That was for my own personal thing. I didn't feel like putting in the top 5
Mhm.
for that, but
It's funny that you can have like a movie that's about teenagers systematically getting murdered and being like, is it horror? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's gorier than I thought it would be going in.
Yeah.
Probably should have expected more horror, knowing that it's based on a King novel. But
You could really feel that director like, oh my god, this is what I wasn't allowed to do on Hunger Games.
on the
Yeah.
Hunger Games,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I get to do it all here.
Well, Noah, what are you excited for in the genre this coming year?
So just because I don't know everything that's coming out, I know next.
I mean, you can
month
Google it.
we're-
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
know-
doing right
well,
now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll Google it in a second, but I do already have an answer for next month. I'm really hyped for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. And then Sam Raimi and Gore Verbinski both have new movies coming out. So
Yeah,
I think the Verbinski one was pushed back to February.
okay, well, either way, I'm looking forward to that.
But yes, those movies are on my list too. Send Help from Sam
We-
Raimi and Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die from Verbinski.
Well, we all know
Looking forward to
Robert's
it.
looking forward to Pinocchio Unstrung.
I'll get to it. Stay tuned.
Hayden, you weren't
I
here,
need to
but we've
catch up on my
established
Universal
that Robert is our go-to guy for the public domain children's characters turned into slasher movies.
good.
And
Sorry,
we're gonna make Noah watch. We're gonna make you and Noah watch both Winnie the Pooh movies, the Blood and Honey ones.
No.
I can't wait. Oh, The Bride by Maggie
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal. I'm not like hyped for that, but I'm very intrigued. I want to see that.
That looks like a big swing that probably won't do well at the box office, but I hope it's good.
I hope that's good. Also, that Mummy movie that I think is being retitled. That
I hope that's
Or not,
good.
I have no idea. Yeah.
This is more of a cautiously optimistic, but I can't help but be excited when a new one of these is coming out. Evil Dead Burn.
Hope it's good.
Jared says that Primate looks surprisingly good. I did not think that looked good.
Junkie.
Clayface.
Yeah,
Yes.
Clayface
Yes.
and Werewolf are my two biggest.
I
Werewolf.
was just about to say, if Werewolf comes out next year, that's my most anticipated.
And then Krager's Resident Evil. What?
Krager's
Oh,
I
totally.
I want that to be good. I think it'll be a good movie. I don't necessarily love what he's pitching, where it's like an original story and he's looking at like the Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
That
the
could go
Evil
either
Dead movies
way.
Were influential on those games. Like they're kind of informing each other.
Yeah, but we haven't. Okay, this is a fanboy thing, so I recognize that. We haven't even adapted the games yet, like properly. I don't care about your fan fiction adaptation of original content that doesn't connect to the game. I want like a proper Resident Evil 1 adaptation. It's a zombie story in a mansion that should not be hard,
You'll never get.
but apparently it
We had a
is.
cast for the. I didn't know that we had a cast.
I don't know what's coming out next year.
But I am kind of excited for the Sam Raimi movie. There's another movie called Cold Storage that I kind of want to see. It's got Joe Keery in it.
Yeah, that trailer looked like I was like, oh, this could be fun.
And
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm not a huge Silent Hill fan, but that Silent Hill movie is coming out. But that's a January
Yep.
movie, so that's
Everything about that movie is baffling to me. It's an adaptation of Silent Hill 2, but we've already kind of adapted that with the last movie, or the first movie. But it's also the director of that movie coming back to do it again.
Yes.
What about Scream 7?
Hope. What's not on my
Nope.
list.
That's Robert's most
no.
anticipated movie.
Yeah, and
No,
then sorry, Terrifier 4.
Yeah.
Well, is that coming
Oh,
out next
oh.
year? I don't know if that has a date.
I
I think that's just Google saying.
oh
It's just.
Yeah. I'm interested in We Bury the Dead. That's a Daisy Ridley zombie movie.
Okay.
But if Terrifier 4 comes out next year, then I'm obviously super hyped for that. And
Same.
like you mentioned,
I didn't need a sequel to this, but I guess Ready or Not 2 is next year.
that's a cautiously
I
optimistic.
I
one
just
for
don't
me.
know how you make a sequel to that.
I didn't watch the trailer. I'm not at all hyped, but I hope it's good.
Catherine Newton's in it. That's all I know.
She's great. So yeah, that is a cautiously optimistic one for me. And yeah, Robert Eggers' Werewolf, probably my most anticipated. That's coming out next December. Hope it's
Give it
great.
to Eggers.
Hope it's and it's this one's gonna be interesting since it's not an adaptation like Nosferatu was. This will be an original film, and we need more good werewolf movies, and I hope he delivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Terrifier 4 is set for October this year.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they've filmed it yet, so we'll see.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll be
I
it'll
hope
be
it's.
a phone video that Damien Leone.
I hope it's another holiday themed one.
Me too.
Easter.
I'm
Easter Flanagan.
rooting for Easter.
I hope it's either like spring break or summer. I want to
No.
vibe, but I don't know.
No.
Art-
Okay, but hear me out. Art the Clown dressed as the Easter Bunny, killing somebody with a chainsaw.
Yes, or Art the Clown on the 4th of July, wearing a big Uncle Sam hat.
4th of July
Uncle
would
Sam.
be incredible.
That'd be
Yes.
so good.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like next year, this next year is going to be, pretty
It's a lot of
good
variety.
year. A lot of variety. Some of these I'm more excited for than others. We all know Noah's really excited for The Strangers Chapter 3.
He's got to see
Their
it to
opening-
the end.
Opening.
He's
day.
got to finish the
I-
story.
I will say, if Clayface was being directed by Flanagan, that would be my number one
Yes.
hype to most anticipated easily.
Yeah.
As is, I hope it's good. I'm still.
Yeah.
still looking for it,
Oh, I didn't know this was coming out, but so this premiered at a festival, but this new movie Alpha is coming out, and that is directed by Julia DeCorno. I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but she's directed two other movies. One of them is Titan, which I've mentioned on the channel before, which is one of the weirdest premises of all time. Hayden, do you know what that movie's about?
Yeah, the car thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she also directed a movie called Raw that was pretty good. So she's got another
yeah,
movie
I've heard
coming
of
out.
Hell yeah.
What's that movie? The horror movie? It's a January movie. Everyone's online has been yapping about it because it was made by a YouTuber.
Another one?
I don't know.
No.
Hold on.
I don't know if
Iron
this.
Lung.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, that's the Markiplier movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I don't know how I feel about this new wave of YouTuber movies.
Yeah, but I mean,
Only one
It's
set of them
definitely
have turned out to be good directors.
Hey, as
Uh,
long as we get Fred, Night of the Living Fred.
Shut up.
2.
Fred,
Uh,
the Living Fred 2.
so
Yes,
I don't
a
know.
sequel specifically
I don't
to
know
the
if
second
this
one.
is legit or not, but IMDb says Return of the Living Dead comes out next year. They're still threatening
is-
us with that.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
I think that's
God.
coming out next December.
I don't want it. Stop it. Don't remake that.
Don't do it.
Apparently, they're also threatening us with like a legacy sequel that is going to CGI in all the people that have died in that movie and make a direct sequel.
No.
Why? What is that for?
Do we have a date yet for Flanagan's Exorcist movie? Because that might not be till 2027.
I don't know yet. But real quick, Hayden will know what this means. They're making Return of the Living Dead Trash's Revenge. And apparently they want to CGI in all the actors that are no longer with us from that first movie to make it a sequel to.
Trash's Revenge.
That's a different movie, right? That's unrelated to the
Yes,
one-
and then the other one is a remake of the original, I guess.
I hope
Which
if they do Trash's Revenge and it's the same actors that she isn't in her original wardrobe.
oh no.
way to be ageist.
Well,
Robert, you haven't even seen that movie.
That is true.
No, I need to make Robert see that. Watch this soon. Mike Flanagan's Exorcist.
I'm just looking up horror movies because I don't.
Oh yeah, that has been removed from their scheduling. Because remember, there was that whole like controversy or something. I imagine that still comes out next year, but who knows?
I think Carrie will be first, probably, but I don't think that is.
Oh, that actually might be my most anticipated thing of next year.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Carrie than Exorcist.
Yeah, Carrie is
Very
my
true.
biggest. Like, Flanagan's Carrie, is that next year?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
should be. Yeah,
That's
I
think
my
they
just-
top-
filmed
that's
it.
like that's over any of the movies. That's my top.
There's something really funny about a director going, "Man, I really want to make this," and everybody going, "No."
No.
Can you make something else, please?
Noah's like, "How dare you have a passion project that you want to do?"
No.
yeah, but it's not what I want.
I wish he was making Clayface instead. If I
Yeah.
have
All right.
one.
I'm sure whatever he makes will be very good.
Yeah, I mean that's just my thing. Like, you can't say that you want directors to do what they want to do and then complain when they do what they want to do.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
you've forgotten one important thing about me, John, which is that I am a hypocrite.
I thought you were gonna say that I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow, savvy.
All
I'll
right.
just say that in my defense, Flanagan is in a very specific situation where it's not just, oh, he's making an Exorcist movie and I don't care. It's there's this whole other movie he wrote, but he can't direct because he's busy. And I'm like, oh, but I wish you were making that, which is Clayface. So
Clearly,
it is
he
a
wants to
very
make The
specific
Exorcist
situation.
more.
Well, the guy who makes
Not necessarily. I don't know.
who's directing Clayface, I don't.
That's the worrisome part.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause he
good.
made that Speak No Evil remake.
Is there any other 2026 movies that we should talk about before we move on to the final piece of news for the night?
I think we covered it all.
I'm
think we're
looking.
good.
I don't see
Hadan.
anything else. That horrifying looking Cat in the Hat movie.
Oh, yeah, that looks scary.
I'm not watching that.
Shoot firm.
Firm. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't see anything.
All right.
We already got it right the first time with Cat in the Hat.
I mean, you could make that argument, yeah.
Sure.
I'm being dead serious.
Does that count? Can we do
I
that
love
on the
that.
channel? Can we do?
I love that
We
movie.
should.
Can we do the 03 Cat in the Hat? 'Cause it's horrifying.
That is a fucking fever dream.
I think it
It's
counts.
my favorite. I'd say so.
All right. Unfortunately, we're ending the night on a bit of downer news. Noah has decided to step away from the channel full time.
Oh my god, this is the first time hearing of this.
Oh,
You bastard.
Yeah.
Ah, this news
Noah-
was sprung on you.
Because we've talked a little bit about, back and forth about what you might want to do in the future. I think at some point you want to come back mostly for like games and the odd review here and
Yeah.
there.
So, yeah. I'm not gonna be able to do reviews and commentaries on a regular basis anymore, but I will. This is not goodbye forever. I do want to come back as a guest for whatever, like review or commentary. If there's anything you guys think would be up my alley or like that I'd be interested in, please reach out to me. And
Just every week. Hey, Noah, I think you'd like that.
yeah.
Maybe not every week. Yeah, so with games, I'm more open to that just because that's gonna require less preparation on my end. I can just show up and
Just show up and yap.
shoot the shit with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think for the first part of the year, I'm probably just gonna have to take a bit of a break from YouTube in general. But I will let you guys know when I'm ready to come back.
Yeah, because we still got to do some more of those like story-driven, choice-based,
Yeah.
like the core.
I know you want to do that.
I like the way Noah worded that. I know you want to do that.
I know you.
You wanna-
Well, I don't know, because some of those I kind of want to play for myself, but
You have been summoned back to your home planet, and it's
Mhm.
time for you to leave. but
It's
we will
time for
miss
me
you.
to go.
Joking aside, Noah, it's been a great pleasure covering these movies with you. You really helped me keep the channel going when it was just you and me, and I've had fun. So Robert and I will be the main people talking on the channel going forward, but I'm gonna pull Hayden in as much as I can. So for all intents and purposes, he is replacing Noah.
Kind of, sorta, yeah.
Even
What's
though
your good
he doesn't know anything about movies.
No.
And so there, and then that'll also give us the chance to do more, I think, co-op gaming on the channel because he has more games and a PS5 because Robert's slacking. He's gonna do Resident Evil 6 with us once Robert and I finish 5. And yes, I did just volunteer you for that, so now you have to do it.
Yeah, I missed the sale though, so I gotta wait.
Well, what? I told you like 6 times.
I forgot.
How?
6 times.
6 times.
6 times? How?
I don't know. Man.
Wait, the sale might still be going.
It's not. I checked yesterday.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No.
Oh.
You're doing a great job, Hayden.
I'll buy it on
That's my
Xbox. And
replacement.
you buy it on Xbox.
I don't have an Xbox.
Buy an Xbox.
Buy me one, bitch.
Oh, I quit.
Oh. You can. It's
Goes
in your
fast.
contract.
Come back.
You're relegate. You signed a contract 5 years minimum.
Oh. No.
It's in blood. But
But yeah.
we love you.
Yeah. I love you guys.
We appreciate
yeah.
everything you've done.
Yeah, I guess I'll say a final few words. Because I've really appreciated, I've really like valued the time that I've spent on this channel, and I love reviewing movies with you guys. I'll say, like, honestly, like, I've gained, because I've always been a huge movie fan, like, my entire life. And horror was a genre that I liked, but it was one of my big blind spots, and I think doing this has made me way more, like, appreciative and knowledgeable of, like, horror in general, but also subgenres like slashers and, like, smaller things that I either didn't really pay attention to or wasn't that knowledgeable of, and, like, I'm actually able to give the time of day because of doing stuff like this. Yeah, and, you know, I've had a great time, but I gotta just step back a bit. But like I said before, it's not goodbye. It's just
Hello.
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 Again?
Hello.
Yeah.
No, it's a pause.
It's fun.
Right.
And there are movies
That
that
was
Noah's like, I wish I'd never seen this. My eyes have never recovered.
Well, I apologize that Black Christmas was your finale.
You know, I think it's a pretty good finale.
We went out on a high note.
I think it was
Yeah.
it was good content. And I will come back when we do the Poonaverse marathon.
Yes.
Please don't do that without me.
No, that
I
is
wanna
my
be-
one condition is that you have to be there.
The what?
Yeah, and Hayden has to be there too.
He'll
Oh,
be here
Hayden,
for
do you not know about the
Poo June.
Pooniverse?
Oh yeah, I do. I remember. Okay.
I was gonna say Google Pooniverse.
No. Oh God. No. John tells me so much crap that sometimes I like lose part of it.
Okay.
We're announcing it now. Check back in with us during Poo June. Mark your calendars. It's happening.
Or as we call it, Poon.
No, you can't say that. Can't call it that.
No, we'll do
We're doing
the
Pooniverse.
Blood and Honey movies. What else is in that universe now? The Bambi movie,
Bambi, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Is Screamboat that or no?
No, that's a different team. Peter
one
Pan.
of the
Peter
pop-
Pan was
Oh,
the other.
Peter Pan.
Is one of the Popeyes part of that, or none of them are?
No,
Okay.
I think
love
the
Popeye, so I
the
have to avoid
Pooniverse
the
stuff
Popeye
is
one
just.
because
Oh, so now we have to do the Popeyes one with Hayden.
no,
Yeah.
freak out.
That's yeah, exactly. It's good content.
Well, there are 3 Popeye movies, Hayden, all made from different studios. So
Whoa,
we're-
the
Oh.
Black
we're gonna do all
Christmas
3.
thing with Popeye.
Yeah, triple feature. Let's
Popeyes
do it.
with Popeye slasher movies.
You will be able
Aren't
to
there
see in
3
real time the light leave Hayden's eyes.
Are there 3 Steamboat Willie ones, or are there just 2?
I I think
I think there's 3 because
There's
well, there's
Screamboat,
Mousetrap, which was
Mousetrap.
horrible.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Screamboat. So I think there was
Screamboat.
another one, but yeah,
I think
at least
Something
2.
Willie is the third one.
Mhm.
And Screamboat's the one I've thought about watching because it's David Howard Thornton, but not
Yeah.
enough to actually do it.
It's got to be better than Mousetrap.
I would hope so.
Because I won't watch the Grinch one either because I just don't care,
Oh.
even though it's.
Oh, that's what we're doing next Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
I'll be
With-
dead by then.
Oh. The store is going to war.
The store.
The store. You fought in the Store Wars?
It's like the Microsoft Wars.
I was once a store employee, just like your father.
All right, we've been at this for nearly 4 hours.
Yay!
Gentlemen, I think we all had great lists, except Robert because his number 1 is Fraud. No.
And he didn't have Bring Her Back.
Yeah, boo.
Bye.
Well, that's because you've only seen like 3 movies.
It's true.
One of them is Turbo Power Rangers movie.
Okay, we just did a list of 5 movies that I saw.
All I heard was Sinners and Turbo.
Oh, okay. Weapons.
What?
What?
What's that?
What's a weapon?
But yeah, so we will be back this Thursday with more Days Gone. We're back to normal. Robert, what are we doing Friday? You are the keeper of the schedule.
Friday is going to be our big Stranger Things finale review / series retrospective. So, oh boy, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, have
That's
you watched
gonna
any of it yet?
I have not.
Good luck,
Okay.
guys.
Watched it this week.
Yeah, so Hayden, get ready for that.
I should be able to be there for that.
Yeah, we are not going to do a Volume 2 review. I'm not going to say any spoilers about why, but just, quite frankly, there's not enough to talk about. And if there was, from what Hayden's told me, it'd be a one-sided conversation.
Yeah, I messaged John. I'm like, I know we were gonna do this. I have nothing to say, so we need to.
Yeah, we will only push it back if Netflix crashes so badly that we can't watch the finale.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know if you know this, Noah, but Volume 1, and I think maybe 2, crashed in Netflix.
I did hear about that, yeah. Yeah, this season's pretty big.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Last
hearing a
one.
lot of people who
Last
are
one.
saying that they're just watching it to get it over with, and they don't really care anymore.
Oh.
We'll talk about it when we get
That's
to
a
the
good
video.
sign.
I think people are being really hyperbolic about this season. But we can't say too
It's-
much. We can't say too much because Robert hasn't seen it, so.
Yeah, the response seems mixed, I'd say, which is to be expected. For
Yeah.
a big
I
like
think
this.
part of it is the Duffers have really trapped themselves in a corner with how much hype they provided for this season.
But
But-
I'd also say that when people say, "Oh, no one cares about this show anymore," or they're just watching it to get it over, then I don't think it would be breaking Netflix.
Yeah.
it's,
That's just not a
it's
good
or
faith
bad, it's
argument.
not
You're
popular.
You're
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
The big one of those I remember is when Mandalorian season 2 broke Disney Plus for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
And then for people curious, next Sunday we'll be back to Resident Evil 5.
We
So
will.
that'll
Robert's
be-
so excited.
I am. Yeah, that'll be
I-
back to our
I
regularly
will
scheduled
not-
programming.
I will not be there for that.
Hadan,
Hadan,
what are you
You
doing?
just called him Dan.
Dan.
That's all I
Don.
said.
You're like, Don.
I said, Hadan, what are you doing?
Yeah, but the ha cut out.
Oh, your new name is
I don't wanna
Dan.
be Dan. I don't want to be Dan.
But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for making it a great 2025. And here's to
Thank you, Noah.
2026. And Noah, of course, it's been an honor, sir. And we'll see you back on the
Rest in
channel
peace.
soon. Yeah, rest in
Peace,
peace.
Noah.
You have left the channel. You are now dead.
I'm dying, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye,
fun guys.
everybody.
Noah's ship crashed on his way back to his home planet.
Oh,
No.
It's on every channel. Just oh fuck.
It's yeah.
No.